Hello, you guys. How are you guys doing? I've not even tested my audio to make sure it sounds okay. How are you guys doing on this fine day today? Never thought I'd live to see another KO's stream. That's fair. Pop out chat. Give me 1 second. How are you guys doing? Hello, Ember. Hello, Dark Virus. Hello, Leo's Burgers. Hello, Frostfire. Long time no see. Alright, pop out chat. How are you guys doing today? Sounds good. You sound tired though. I am going through life, to say the least. It's decent audio. Does it sound bad? Good lord. I hope that's not the case. Alright, put that over there. Alright, I have a hand cam today. I cut myself. I gotta put on a band-aid. Good to me. That's good to hear. Let me take care of that real quick. Sounds good. You sound tired though. Okay. Hello, Pip Forever. How are you doing? How are you guys doing? Long time no see. Long time no see. Alright, hold on. I gotta mute. Today I'm going to be inspecting my charms. I have a France ton of them. Would it really be a hand cam stream if you have a band-aid on your hand? You know what I mean? Like, why am I always, like, cutting myself? You know? I missed you. I missed you too, Dark Virus. My obese man that I owe a collab to. It's been so long. I don't even know how long it's been. I've been so busy and just completely out of it. I don't even know. Mr. K, been extremely busy with life. Glad I was able to catch you. Hell yeah. Alright, band-aid moment. Like, band-aids have gotten cheaper. And like, you're talking to like a band-aid expert. And so they've gotten lower quality here recently. Saber, hell yeah. Bro's been working for 15 days straight. Probably. It's been 20 years. I believe it. Alright, where's my trash can? We got this. I've got to be inspecting my new charms. They arrived today. Look at the absolute beauty. Look at that. Nice and gorgeous and stunning. First of all, this is my iPhone I'm using as a camera right now. So hopefully this will be higher quality. That's a big band-aid, thank you. Nice new Miku. Yeehaw! Look at that. Regular band-aid, tiny hands. Oh brother, here we go. Alright, let me move this a little bit more. I'll put the, let me move this a little bit more. Unironically, I worked today as well. Shout out to hard work. I hope it, pays off in the end. You know what I mean? I hope it does. I hope it does. Alright, let's take a look at this. The art looks mad crisp. I know, it looks better than normal, I will say. I did notice that. It does look a lot better than normal for some reason. I wonder if it's a smaller material, because I will say technically, I am printing this on a smaller, a 3-inch rather than a 3.5. So I wonder if that made it more concise. I will say taking the charm right out of the package, this is my normal package right here. So I can see that someone thinks that this is a keychain, but you have to peel the film. It really does, it's crazy, right? Even this has like a matte look, kind of looks good. You know what I mean? God, I have so many of these I have to do today. I have like 200. I'm already ready to give up, guys. I don't know if streaming is for me. The Suisei one was like even more HD than the other charms. Yeah. And then this one is like properly made this time where she's double-sided. Why the France can I not get this? This is hard. Oh, brother. Anyway, here's Suisei. Here's some that I've already opened. Like, look how, like, clear that looks. Look at that. That's a solid, true version 3 charm. Beauty. Keychains look so cute. Thank you. If it means I can buy more K things, I'll work hard. Aw, that's cute. I don't like, look how crisp that looks. First of all, just the camera and the charm itself. They look good, thank you. Any charms with updated art? Yes, this is technically one of them with the updated art. I made the lines bolder. And I darkened something so it printed better. I think she turned out really well. This is Vebe. This is back when she was in V-Shoujo. Let me take off this fucking film. I will say the film is a little hard. Because, like, now... Hold on, let me show an example. Finally. Suisei's charm looks amazing. Not as amazing as the hands holding it, though. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Yeah, I might have to, like, pull these back. I'll put those in so you guys can look. But, I was prescribed the mood stabilizer. And I don't know if I should take it, not gonna lie. I kind of am, like, hinting like I should take it, you know what I mean? God, these are kind of freaking hard. Okay, there we go. So I'll show you. I have plenty of updated charms and stuff. Look at that. Nice saber. I drew this artwork like a couple of years ago, actually. Look at that. Nice and beautiful and stunning. Next we got Ganyu. Shout out to Ganyu. I really appreciate how your charms have different art on each side. Yeah, it takes a lot of extra work. I'm not gonna lie. But it really sets my artwork above the rest, to say the least. I'm always so worried about the side effect in those and that they'll know the adjustment period can be really rough. Yeah, I will say I have to agree with you there. Is it kind of mood stabilizer that make you not feel anything? Thankfully not. So I will say I was a bit misled. I have it's like a mood stabilizer. It's not a antipsychotic. An antipsychotic gets rid of the dopamine that I have, which is like obviously a big point in my creativity. Like, look how beautiful these turn out. Look at that. So it's not one of those. Even I'm impressed. What the? Will all keychains get update with new material? Yes, all my new keychains are now version 3, or they're coming. I haven't put them on my store yet because I have to do new product photography. All my new keychains will have this updated rounded material. Let me show an example of my old material. So this is kind of like an example of my older one. So it's like, you see how the edges are flat and sharp, technically? This now that can round the edges of the acrylic to this nice, smooth, like, rounded function, and it feels really nice in your hand, and you don't have to worry about it, like, accidentally, like, cutting you. And, like, there is this effect that's called epoxy that you can do a similar bubble effect with, but the problem with epoxy is because of the materials, it would yellow over time, but this will not yellow, so this will be like this the rest of its life. Rounded edges should help with cracking. I believe so, too. Will the prices increase? Technically, yes. I will say my new price is going to be... each charm right now is $12. My new price is going to be $13, which is obviously a $1 increase. But I will say, I think this function... Look at this band-aid already fallen off. I hate band-aids. It's already, I think this was like a 30% cost increase for my end. But I'm going to start doing... I don't know how I'm going to implement it or when, but I'm going to. Start doing bundle discounts. So if you like buy 2 you get $1 off, buy 3 you get $3 off, buy 4 you get like $5 off, you know what I mean? So stacking pricing. How are you doing, Renji? Nice collection, thank you. I drew it myself. So yeah, so this is an example of like the really flat one, so it has like really sharp edges, and to me it just doesn't look as like polished and nice. But now we have like these nice little curved edges. Yeah. No pinned comment, by the way. Maybe the store. Good call. Good call. Let's see. That's a mother freaking steal. Thank you. So yeah, that way it encourages like more movement of my inventory. And I will say I've always done that type of pricing at conventions. It's just like I have to do some sort of nonsense to make it the sales stack over time. You know what I mean? Did I ever peel off Ganyu? I did. You know, so because I'm doing that, it's more better. Hi, Sky Curial, how are you doing? I thought it was gonna be $15 because it's definitely a noticeable upgrade. No, I will say, like, I try to price things based on how I would like to pay for them. Because I think like $13 for like this quality of charm is like fine, you know what I mean? And I will say I like the new size. It's definitely, I originally, I think I mentioned this before. I originally had 3-inch keychains, but I accidentally, when I switched manufacturers, upgraded it to 3.5, and I didn't like how big they printed. So now I'm going back technically to my original size. Would it be done as like some sort of automatic coupon? Yes, exactly. And so to get that automatic coupon, that's kind of like the part. Maybe coupons based on cart quantity. Pretty much. I think I can do it based on like, what is it called? Like product type. Just so they can stack. Hold on, I'm getting all this extra debris off of here. Here we have beautiful Tartaglia. Look at him. think these are so pretty. Shout out to me. I'm just glazing myself. Guys, do you think these are pretty? Check out my online store. I sinned. I've not visited her shop yet. That's fair. Most people don't even know I run an online store. The new materials on the charm will be on this soon. Yeah, exactly. This is a new material that I'm checking out. This is my old charm. So these are my old charms look. They're like that flat wedges. I'll put that right there. There we go. These are my new materials. I'm pretty excited. I have no money. That's fair. I need to do more giveaways. Literally all day today. Just peeling these charms. Healing moment. Again, like just, I think it was what, 3 days ago, I got an email saying someone said, hey, do you think I could get a replacement charm? My charm arrived all scratched up. And it's just this film was scratched up. They thought the keychain was scratched up, and that was not the case. Look at Ame. Yeehaw. I love these, you guys. I have pride in my artwork again. Before, I was like, damn, you know, everybody in the world can do these little flat keychains. Now, I have pride again. Just saving up to get all Miku versions in Vocaloid. I like have the super old version in those big... That's big, so more to collect. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Every time, LOL with the scratches. It's really funny. Because it's like... Sometimes, it's like the scratches are so apparent that, it's like the fact that they would think I even have the audacity to sell such a bad quality product is wild, you know what I mean? How tough did you get your acrylic charms to be? They're pretty tough. Should I try and sacrifice? No, well, okay. I was gonna say, should I try and sacrifice and try and break one? Oh, it's pretty good. But then I was worried that, like, if it did break, it could, like, splinter. I like the film. It's like a free screen protector. It basically is. And this one's, like, a really matte. So, like, look. Like, that's the charm with the film. So, like, yeah, you can easily use it as a protector. Love seeing your keychains. Thank you, Commander Muffin. I appreciate it. I needed to post on my other, my art account that I was doing this, but alas. Look at that. Looks so high definition. I really liked how I drew this maple. I'm gassing myself up this entire time. Like, I thought I drew her so cute. Look at that. Cute. Cute. And then her back. Guys, wow. Wow. Wow, you guys. This character, one of my least sellers. I sell maybe 3 of these a year. I don't even remember her name. M650 Alpha. Do you have any Mari styled ones? Umari? As in Tomoe Mari? As in the VTuber? I don't. I wonder if she'd ever let me, make fan art of her and sell it. I should ask her. But I do want to do some Uma Musume ones. I think those would be really cute. I do have... Hold on. I do have my new Miku Expo 2026 en route, actually, to me. Guys, run, don't walk to check out Chaos.store. Thank you, my dear Dark Virus. Thank you for being a member for 12 months. Yeah, this is M9, whatever. She was in the first Girls Frontline game. No idea why I drew her. I do like her design, but she is a terrible seller. There we go. I think she's cute, though. Terrible seller. It's funny, because, like, some of these characters, they just don't sell, but it does look good as my inventory. But I have, like, for example, like, my Monica Magica set also doesn't really sell well, but I was like, oh, they're cute, and so I couldn't get rid of them. Smirk emoji from Tasato flexing his 13 months over Dark Virus's 12 months. Guys, the clashing in the comments. Who's your best seller? That's some, secret information that fellow business owners would love to know. They'd love to know my analytics. I'll give you 3 guesses. And if you guess it right, I'll say yes. But if you guess it wrong, no. Look at Rin. Look at this. Look at Rin. Probably Miku. Funny enough, it's not. I can't see a world where it's not. I draw her all the time, but it's not. Have you ever gotten copyrighted for selling some fan art? Correct, I have. I have actually. And it's usually just, it's pretty, self-explanatory. Sato, I literally didn't know how. LOL or else, says Dark Virus. $2. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. I have on Anime of the Month series, like Flavor of the Month's, like trending series, like you have a higher risk of getting copyright. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it's like worth chancing it because they can be very profitable, but not long term. I will say some of the characters I've drawn that have been Flavor of the Month literally sell for like 2 months and then you don't see anything ever again. Is it Doki Doki? That's kind of hard to say because that is such a huge, like, you know what I mean? It's like that I have like 30 Doki charms. So it's like, you could maybe say that. You could maybe say it technicality, but that's not the character. He wasn't even watching back then if I knew how. What a cope. Saba. No, Saba was a Flavor of the Month character. She sold really good when she first debuted, and then she just trickles in. And that... Is there already a film on this pack? Oh, I think this one can... I can't tell. Nope. See? Oh my god. I almost did my own customer thing. I was like, damn, it looks like... Look how shiny that is. You know? You gotta get rich quick ASAP to buy out the store. Hell yeah, Celty. How are you doing? Look at my little Natsuki. Natsuki's my favorite DDLC character. I definitely was watching because all the VODs I've watched from them except maybe the second stream. Shout out to that. That is so funny that you rewatch my old stuff. But I think I mentioned it before. Probably 9 times out of 10, I don't even know what the hell I'm saying. So I probably have mentioned my top seller. But I will say... My third top seller was such a random character this year. Because, like, I do get analytics at the end of the year for what sells and what doesn't. And it was such a random character. I was like, I was not expecting this. I will say it definitely changes on the years. I think... I want to say last year's top seller was Stalking from Panty and Stalking. I'm pretty sure she was my top seller. I want to make a video interview, but I need responses, so your VODs have been good for clips. A video interview? Hell yeah, whatever that means. This is AA12. I really liked her in Girls Frontline. She was a mid-seller for a while. Blue Archive Charms would do great. What do you mean, would? What do you mean, would? What did you mean by that? Is this a fake fan moment? Is this a fake fan? Oh, France. We just lost Blackrock Shooter. Give me a second. Kaoza, hello, Dominic. How are you doing? Can it be Blackrock Shooter? It wasn't Blackrock Shooter. Blackrock Shooter is the funniest thing. She sells consistently long term, but not a big fucking seller. I do her mostly just because, like, I like the character. So speaking of, here's one. So the top seller is usually what's popular at the time, but is there a charm that's consistently popular? There's a few of them. There's a few of them that's definitely consistently popular. I will say, funny enough, I will show you when it comes up. I think consistently over the years, like technically since I've been selling for like 9 or 10 years, excuse me, 8 or 9, I can't do math. I think consistently there's a one. There's like 300 Blue Archive characters. I need... Hold on, give me a second. I need to, draw more and promote my Blue Archive characters because I have a lot of popular ones. And it was so funny. I gotta show you guys at some point. It was so funny. Oh, actually, I have her over here. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Blackrock Shooter. I can't stay long. These look amazing. Oh, thank you, Hoshimaru. I hope you're well. This character, Hina, she's such a big character in Blue Archive. And I was like, you know, she was my least seller. I'm like, why the fuck? It's like, I think her art looks good. I updated her art a little bit, actually, when I reprinted this, I'm not gonna lie. So it looks better now. I was like, why is she not selling? Did I just not draw her well? Did I just read the market wrong? I never listed her on Etsy. Many such cases. I just never listed her on Etsy. One of my favorite ones of your charms was Nessa and Bae from Pokemon. I don't even know if I reprinted those, I'm not gonna lie. I may have forgotten about that. That's so funny, wild. You know what I mean? And she's like one of the biggest characters from Blue Archive. And I'm like, wow, I drew her really well. Like, look at this. You can see her gun, you can see everything. She looks cute. You know what? I'm allergic to making money. Hina has these insane waves of popularity, right? Please tell me that the software Miku 2019, not the 20 version, made a comeback. They did, Reina. Don't worry. Don't worry, Reina. Both of them made a comeback. I think there was only a very small few charms I didn't reprint. Megumin, I did reprint her. Here's Aqua. I'm literally peeling her as we speak. But no, she was very, very popular for a while. I think when Tasato came to my booth at Anime Expo, he bought a Megumin. He bought a Megumin and Blackrock Shooters, right? Right, Tasato? If I'm not mistaken, look at that. Nice Aqua. I think I did okay with her. You make any My Hero Academia characters, you'd be rich. Funny enough, I did for a while, and they did medium. I did Himiko and then that short brown-haired girl. They did alright. Star! Caillou has this charm. Thank you so much for selling Snow Miku 2022. She's my favorite Snow Miku, and there's like nobody that sells her. Hell yeah. That's the Sailor one, right? I wonder if you ever saw my pin. I made an enamel pin of her. Kyoza remembers. I do remember. Like, I remember, for example, you have my, Oshi no Code characters, and you have my, I believe you have my Supersonica ones. And the Oshi no Code ones got, copyright striked. Speaking of. Yeah, exactly her. Nice peeling moment. I'm busting my nail by doing this. Yeah. I have your Snow Miku 2022 pen and keychain. Ah, hell yeah. I'm glad you liked her. I'm glad you liked her. Megaman and BRS, then I went and bought a KOs after you talked to me. It's that easy, guys. It's that easy to get men. Talk to them and they're a fan. Unbelievable. Yeehaw. Look at her. Shout out to characters. Any new characters that's coming to the shop or pins? I will say as far as new characters goes, technically... Technically, Magical Mirai... Fuck off! Miku Expo 2026 is en route to me right now. I'd like to do some Uma Musumes at some point. And a new charm of my character, my VTuber, with her new outfit. Shout out to Mako. Shout out to all 4 of the fans that still exist in 2026. It's a Kyoza. Hello, Chippy the Wizard. How are you doing? ASMR. ASMR. Any ASMR fans in chat? What would I even do for ASMR? You rate my audience and tell them how much I love them. Shout out to Mako. Just get some crafting tweezers. I don't want to scratch the acrylic though, you know what I mean? Good, good. That's good to hear. France. Hold on, I'm trying to get this. Shout out to me. Because, like, look, this does not, I'm not gonna lie, this does not look like there's film on here. But there is. See, look, even my film on my charms is high quality. You have to appreciate it. There we go, finally got this stuff off. Just peeling the stickers is exactly what I'm doing, and I'm gonna be here all damn day. All damn day. Look at Mako. Yeehaw! Imagine the Snow Miku 2023 charm. Was that the sunset looking one? Was that one? I had plans of making her into a charm, but that's kind of when I started to fall out of being a Miku fan in general and drawing chibi acrylics 24/7. PA engine's running ASMR. True. I also have my little 561. She has merch in work technically. She does technically. I just remembered I did a France ton of work. Here's my Blackrock Shooter, the Innocent Soul manga charm. I did a frick ton of work and I never sent the email. So, in theory, it's in process. It exists. But does anybody else know about the merch yet? No. Keza, do you Sword Art Line and My Life is Yours? Asuna would be a cute character, I'm not gonna lie. Look at that. Blackrock Shooter, the manga version. Where's the Stellar? Aisaka Taiga. I don't really like this artwork, I'm not gonna lie. I need to do another one. Snow Miku 2014 was my favorite Snow Miku. Excuse me. The Bride one? I wonder if that's the one you're talking about. Where she's in a white bride. I will say that one was really cool because it was like, it really changed up the game for what was a Snow Miku. You know what I mean? Nice little healing moment. The which one? The like which one? Oh! You like that one? I know which one you're talking about. What the? That's so funny. I did not like that one at all. Hello, Desert Nomad. How are you doing? There you go. Aisaka Taiga. This is based off of the visual, not the visual novel, the light novel artwork. So that's why she looks a little different from the anime. She looks a little bit old school style, if you could say. The Blackrock Shooter phone charm was the better MVP. Oh, and where's the other Suisei design? I'll do more Suisei designs eventually. I really need to. Where did she go? We lost her. We lost her. Where is she? There we go. Here's my original Suisei. Yeah, look at that. Beauty. Beauty and stunning. I love this new material so much, you guys. You don't even know. Who's Miku? Who's Miku? Miku is this little character right here. Snow Miku 2012 is one of my favorites. The first Snow Miku I bought. Which one am I talking about? You know what I'm talking about? It was like the wedding dress. She had like a Daifuku style. Here's Yuri. Yuri is a wrist cutter canonically, so I can't zoom in because I'm using my camera right now. But she has slits on her wrists to represent that. I remember the old Winter Snow Miku and there was nearly no keychains of it. Her design. Oh, I know which one you're talking about, like the very first one. I don't know who that is. It's Vocaloid. It's a singing synthesis software where if you can't sing, you can use a program that has a character and a character's voice. And so you can get her to sing whatever you want if you can't sing personally. That's what Vocaloid is. And there's a bunch of characters and there's like a bunch. It's like it's very, very pro creative freedom. Look, my band-aid already. Look at this. Unbelievable. I should get Tiki for my mom because she's married and loves that type of stuff. Tiki! Shout out to Tiki. The purple hair girl. Oh, Yuri. Okay. Tiki. Damn, says the bong. I'm peeling this other side. Oh my god. We love to see it. Yeehaw. Look at her. Shout out to Yuri. You know, shout out to Yuri. Oh, look at my beautiful Suisei. Stunning and gorgeous. I need to draw her all her outfits. Guys. I'm so gachikoi, but I have to be good. Suisei doesn't like gachikois. Here we have Mootski from Blue Archive. Speaking of Torpedo. The new gens know Miku as Miku from Fortnite to the OVA. I also have the other character, Kizuna Ai from Fortnite. I don't know where she's at though. The purple hair girl. I see, I see. See, it's like, you see how it's like there's scratches? Like, the charm will arrive like that, and people are like, my charm is scratched, can I get a new one? And I'm like, do you really think I'd ship you something that looks this bad? That cheeky brat! I like Mootski. She's really cute, and she has a cute little pose. Also happy I finally got to be here, since otherwise I would miss it. I see, I see. Welcome here. Welcome here. I only lose my mind occasionally. Look how cute she is. Yeehaw. I think I did really good on her artwork. Not gonna lie. Where's Adoro? Come on. There we go. She's also a mid-seller, but I think it's because I just don't... I literally... I'm not gonna lie. I promoted my Blue Archive characters once when I first got them in stock, and that was like 2 years ago, and I've not yet. That's what my big thing for this year is to start frickin' promoting myself. I have a whole art account, social media, for my artwork. Why am I not using it? Guys, explain it to me. Sorry, it was 2023 Snow Miku Strawberry White. Yeah, that's one I really like. I know which one you're talking about. That one was really cool because it really changed up the game for like what makes a Snow Miku. Dark Virus is playing safely. I only visit the My Hero Academia occasionally. My Hero Academia? Out of curiosity, how profitable are selling keychains in your experience? I've made a living off of it for the last 8-9 years, Chippy the Wizard. So it is very profitable, believe it or not. But I will say I am kind of an anomaly. my artwork and product and my art style sells really well. Like, it's really attractive to a lot of people. So it's not that I'm selling keychains for a living. It's like they like my artwork, you know what I mean? Here's Supersonico. Starting 2026 with mental breakdown. Hell yeah. Why not? You know what I mean? Why not? You know, do us. Supersonical. Mental health hospital. Oh, okay, okay. Are you prescribed any medication? I was prescribed Lamictal recently, and I haven't decided if I'm gonna take it. I haven't decided. I do. The thing is like when I get angry, I get so unbelievably angry. I left some debris on her. And I don't like that. But also, like, being angry is, like, a part of me. Man, this artwork printed so pretty. Did you hear Ozempic is estimated to have saved the airline industry 500 million? I believe it. I believe it completely. Oh, brother, I'm already tired of this, you guys. And I have 3 of these containers left. When I get angry, I stop talking. No, I get, like, violent. Like, metaphorically, not physically violent. Like, mentally, you know what I mean? Shout out to Magical Mariah. What is this, 2021? Oh god, now the TV MA charms made a comeback, too. Damn. TV mature. You're so... Raina, you are so funny. Raina, you got this. Oh, by the way, you guys, like, 10 days for my video contest before it ends. Raina, you got this contest in the bag. I've seen some of the memes you've made, Raina, and honestly, you're making way more memes than everyone else, so you have a high chance of winning, Raina. That looks pretty. We love to see it. Exactly. I know, that's just so funny. It's like, half my audience is like, no, calm down. The other half, like, seeks blood. You know what I mean? And they're chanting when another weekly sacrifice has come into my, fish tank, to say the least. You know what I mean? So I don't even know which one I should do. Should I, just be full evil villain? Or should I get my anger under control? I don't know. Look at that. Look at that, guys. I made that. Look at that. I made that. Me too, twin. Hell yeah. I even forgot the competition, as most people did. Hello. Blood for the blood god. You know what I mean? They want to see it. They want to see it. But also, it's like, it just sucks because, like, I don't know how to communicate. Welcome to Donatachis. Thank you, Frostfire. I appreciate it. Shout out to D-Luke. He was my first, like, one of my first, like, big stars or whatever. Can I have a shout out? Shout out to Sky Curial. Shout out to Sky Curial. Any other shout outs in chat? I don't know. I'm a very particular person. And guys, you guys think you suffer from it? I suffer from it too. I want one. You want one what? Oh, Dark Virus. Shout out to Dark Virus. He is a 200 and hopefully 84-pound man who will live stream on YouTube. Do you live stream on YouTube yet? YouTube and Twitch. He makes content. He's bettering himself. He's one of a good member of the community to better himself. I have a channel. My transitions are pretty clean. Oh, hell yeah. And a very tiny percent in chat is the type to get burnt out and tired quickly. I think a good amount of people are like that, Raina. Shout out to, like, what is this? Fluttershy? Wait, can I have another one? Shout out to Frostfire! Frostfire, the cosplayer who lives in Florida. It goes to conventions all the time. He did a test stream once. Oh, I see, I see. Go check it out. Yeah, go check out Sky Curial. IDKY, but for some reason I can see keychains of Tor, and he got sold out because his hate. Dator. Who is that? I don't know who that is. Dator. I'll draw keychains pretty much of anybody. Can I get a genuine shout out? Says Tasato. Guys, go follow Tasato. He has an erotically deep voice, and we're trying to make him into an ASMR artist, and he likes mahjong. Because if we make him an ASMR artist, he can bring in more money. And since I'm his Hikami Oshi and his number one Oshi in the VTubing world, if he makes money and I'm his number one VTuber, he'll donate more to me. Guys, you guys are not playing the long-term game like I am. He likes tea a lot, and he likes streaming mahjong. Shout out to Fluttershy. Chat, MegaCon 2026 in March, hell yeah. Yuri again. This is the Yuri Plus edition. Mahjong is great. Low-key, I kind of want to play it. I would say that it looks kind of peaceful. I just need more free time, which is like damn near impossible. Damn near impossible. I thought I heard a cat. Damn near impossible. If I want to hit my goals, I gotta work harder. I got to work harder. Good God. Another cutie. Yeah, Yuri was my first like love in Doki Doki Literature Club. Look at this. Wow, you guys, I'm so good at drawing. Guys, we are so back. My confidence is so back. Like, look how like shiny and sharp that looks. Oh, thank God. Wait a minute. I think there might be another dead pixel on my screen, killing myself. Me too, it ended badly with her. I know, shout out to her just necking herself. She's so real for that. Dark Virus, watch out, I'm climbing the ladder, I'm coming for you. You're gonna have to climb a pretty significant mass, but you got this. Dad wishes you a good year. Tell Dad I said thank you. I love Reina's dad. Just an ordinary African American doing his hardest. Raised Reina into such a well-rounded child. I love Reina's dad. Look at this freaking band-aid. Just falling off. I love Reina's dad. This character, Thompson, I thought she would sell pretty well. She was a girl's frontline character. Might be tied with that other character as my worst seller. She's like a mafia-style character. I thought she was cute. Her proportions I drew them a little bad, but you know. That was when I was young and naive. Young and naive. What happened to your thumb? I think funny enough, my skin is very thin because I'm anemic. And so I think I like just accidentally like grabbed it and just cut it. I do that all the time. Shout out to being anemic, you guys. Shout out to being anemic. Alright, there we go. Whoops, forgot her other leg. Yeehaw. She has like a cool gun. I think she's kind of cool. If she's your aesthetic, she's kind of cool. You know what I mean? Man, this artwork, or excuse me, this looks so good. I'm so proud of myself, guys. I'm beaming. You can't tell them, but I'm beaming. We all love Reina's dad. She was acting up, so I put her in her place. See, the thing about you, Tasato, is like, listen here. Don't put me in a self-defense position. I quite literally was going to kill someone one day, and the police had to be called in a self-defense position. I was going to stab them, you know? So I would like to see you try. Bochi to Rock. She sold really good. She was a flavor of the month. Sold really good for like a month and a half. And then I think last year, maybe like 3 sales. Tasato, IDK if she wants you like that. Tasato's a little delusional. But you know, that's what makes him a character. I did redo this artwork. I made her a little darker. I think I shared it in collection about my little Dottore. Or did I miss it? Also, your cons going to this year? I need to go to conventions, but I hate traveling. I am again like, see, look, she turned out pretty good. I do like the darker border I gave her. I will say this is kind of what's pushing me towards taking medication for like my mood. It's just sometimes I'm just so fucking angry. I cannot talk and communicate with people. I just can't do it. I just get so angry. So when anything is scheduled, it is like such a hit or miss because I could be having like an angry episode during that time, and it just makes for like a terrible experience for all parties involved. Myself, the people who want to meet me, etc. So when I used to do conventions, like there were sometimes like I was just in such a depressive state. I would like literally just like slump in a corner or hide under my table while my assistants handled the orders and stuff like that. Just because like I don't know, whatever the hell is wrong with me, something's wrong with me, you know what I mean? So it's like I would like to do more conventions in that regard because they do bring in money, but I think mentally I'm just not that kind of person. So no confirmed this year, all things considered. Twisted Slop, how are you doing? The keychains are all so cute. Thank you, Tia Pali. I love your Stella art. You draw Stella so well. And I love the aesthetic. It's like a nice mix between like masculine, but like pretty at the same time. Shout out to Shaba. Shaba. Imagine if I posted my meme entry when it's made, it'd get copyright struck again. I don't think it'll get copyright struck in the Discord, you know? So you can don't worry about that. Okay, come to Florida cons. They don't have to fly. Shout out to Sameko Saba. Little cutie. I'm so tired from having my bosses gone. Hell yeah. Thank you. I really love it. You draw Stella really well. Oh, what else do we have here? Oh, anybody know this? Anybody know this character? Finally back on my account. Hello, Space Cyber Mew. How are you doing? I remember when you had to rewind because tapes to rewatch movies. That was way back in the day. Remember they used to make machines to rewind them for you? I have the Saba. Thanks. The old version? Yeah, I'm not reprinting. I'm not reprinting the old version with the hanging charm. It just is like, it's just too annoying to reprint. So I was like, oh, let's make a standard version. LOL. Haruhi Suzumiya, hell yeah. Old school. If I post it to YouTube, case, I see, Reina. I see. Shout out to Haruhi Suzumiya. I ken her, unfortunately. You know? I've never heard of Haruhi Suzumiya. Me and VHS will always randomly pop up, hell yeah. KO's a fact check that. Wait, is he saying I'm his wife? I don't even know what he said, but I'm assuming he's saying I'm his wife. If not, no, that's a delusion. I will not marry a man unless he can financially take care of me, and I don't have to work again in my life. I don't like working. Look at this. Guys, I'm so good. I'm such a good artist. Wow. Wow, I get it. I get why I'm so popular. Look at this, you guys. Debunked. Debunked in the flesh. Rare version confirmed and correct. You have the first printed version. I'm good. My old account was deleted, so I need to make a new one. I see. Guys, shout out to Debunk. This is Debunk right here. You've ruined this character for me, Debunked. Every time I fucking see this character, I'm like, this is Debunked. So now I can't stand this character. She was a huge seller for me for all. She still actually is a pretty good seller, all things considered. But she was like a fucking, like, a huge seller for me for a while. You didn't because you're so delusional. You probably see unicorns on the daily. I don't think I'm a unicorn. Okay, what is it in the VTubing world is a unicorn? Is a unicorn the streamer who doesn't interact with a male? Or is the unicorn a person who, I gotta set my position a little differently. My foot's falling asleep. Or is the unicorn a fan who doesn't want their streamer interacting with a male? I only got the charm because of Debunk. LOL. This one? You have... That's so funny. The official Debunk charm. Hell yeah. Guys, code Debunk at checkout for 100 plus extra percent you have to pay. The unicorn is the viewer who doesn't want males in stream. Ah, okay. Okay. That makes sense. What else do we got here? Let's see. Shout out to Azure Lane. I think I did really good on her. I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but I'm a scalper. Well, I'm not really a scalper. I resell, listen here. I resell my old stuff at market value. You know, that's simply all that I do. And I had a plushie of her and a Tago. And I sold them on eBay. I had them in perfect condition. And I think I sold them on eBay for like, what was it? $900? $900 or $800? I don't even remember. I meant the fictional animal. I see. Market price enjoyer. It's nothing personal, kid. Look, if people will pay that price and it's what it's worth. Who am I? Listen here. Who am I to deny someone? Listen here. These objects in my collection are my precious possessions. Only under certain circumstances, which is a specific amount of money, will I be willing to part with them. Is that so wrong? Is that so wrong? I will say, ooh. I don't even know if I want to talk about it just yet, because I will say, like, there's a little bit more to it. But I did my absolute record, for reselling something recently. And I see Exhaustible. Yeah, shout out to Exhaustible. There's an Exhaustible. Exhaustible. There we go. Look at those nice, like, curves. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, yeah, baby. Look at that. Yeehaw! How's them charms looking? They're looking gorgeous. Leaf, I am so back. Now I'm like happy to draw charms again because my product actually reflects my artwork appropriately. So I am excited. Uma Musume is only a matter of time. Who should I start out with? I think I'll start, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna like start out very casual. So I'm gonna do like, what is it? Special week. Oh, that annoying son of a bitch. You know which ones I'm talking about. And then my Rice Queen. Look at her. She looks pretty. Who are you and what have you done with Kyoza? I have a mood. I have a mood disorder. So that's a great question. But I look how beautiful these turned out though. You know what I mean? Like this is making me like creating again. Like look at that. Like I made this. Wow. Gold ship, exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'll do her as well. I was asking Instagram if I could sell my KO's metallic pins numbers. Sure! Sure, feel free to resell whatever. I will say, the only time I have a problem with people reselling my artwork is when I'm actively selling that same product in my own store. Like, for example, I had this issue where I had a limited edition standee one time, and it was limited edition, but I still had like 20 or 30 in stock for the retail price, which was like 30 something. And people were already reselling that limited edition standee for 65 on Mercari. That to me was just kind of shitty because like, technically, yes, it does take away from my own sales, but also like, if the person just looks a little bit harder, they get like 30% off. You know what I mean? But if the thing's out of stock, it's out of stock. Then sell it as much as you want. You know what I mean? Also, the Band-Aid thumb, why I'm not surprised. I literally put it on stream. Like, I was, like, bleeding actively. You know what I mean? King Halo. King Halo. Let me see which one's King Halo. Here's, WA2K. King Halo. Do they not have film on them now? They do, but it's funny. It's actually hilarious. It's even thinner. It's even harder to notice. Glad to see you're in a good mood, though. Did you come in here expecting me to be a tyrant 24/7? Listen here, boy. See, so it's like, look at, like, it's pretty clear for film. It, like, you can kind of see the spots, like, right there. But, like, it's, like, even harder to tell that there's a film, especially, like, right at this angle. You know what I mean? Onigiri cap. Onigiri cap. Okay. Does the Tesado have a YouTube channel? He does. He does. And he has, like, a great voice. If you're female coded, you might fall in love with his voice. I love Shiroko. First of all, I love the way I fucking drew her. I think I drew... She's... some of my artwork I don't like. Like, for example, this is okay. This is okay artwork. This is, like, an 8 out of 10 for me. Maybe a 7.5. This Migu... 5.5 out of 10. But this is probably one of my favorite, just her proportions and everything. She might be my favorite charm in total. I see it almost looks like how contact looks on an eyeball. Yeah, shout out to that. The only thing I know about the Blue Archive character is Yomi ate her. Yomi ate her? What the? Did you get eaten? News to me. But yeah, I think I did so good on her. Like, oh, her proportions are perfect. The colors are perfect. This is one of my favorite charms I've ever made. If not my fucking favorite. Because, like, look, that's just, like, wow. And also look at the curved edges. Guys, I might cry. Look how beautiful this is. Yomi. Oh! That's what you meant. Yes! Yomi fucking obliterated my Figma literally, like, a week after I got her. And so I literally put her in a box ever since. Yeah. Ate her head. That sucks. That Shiroko is super cute. So can you put your YouTube name in the comments so I can subscribe? Look at that. It's that easy. Where's your channel? Can I link your channel to Sato? Hold on. Go to channel. Let's see. There we go. No, I know. It sucks. And it's like, I don't even know what to do with her now. You know? Alright, here's... I forget her name. I'm such a fake fan. I don't even know what the fuck I'm drawing. What is her name? Azure Lane? I forget. Okay, chat, Team Specca is okay, but then you have Team Rigel bashing everyone up. Damn. Raina, I have no idea what you're saying. I'm not gonna lie. What the hell was her name? Look at that, though. Look at that nice, clear... Oh, beautiful and stunning. Taiho! There we go. There we go. There we go. Shout out to Taiho. I didn't know you were an Azure Lane player. There we go. Nice and beautiful. That fan took forever to draw. I'm not gonna lie. Oguri Cap. Oguri Cap. Yeah, I think that's another classic. Like, I want to do some of the classics and then I'll do more banner-based ones, you know what I mean? Umusume Spica's the main team, but Rigel... Oh, okay, so these are team names. Here's Chain Chomp. I drew her Magalai 100% blitzed. When I was in my little marijuana arc. Like, you know, all the potheads, they're like, oh, marijuana will cure your anxiety. I'm like, alright, bet. Let's try it out. And then, that was not the case. But I was 100% blitz drawing her. Majiro McQueen? I should draw her. That's my favorite one. I do have her in the game. Goynip Arc. My Goynip. I did hear people call it weed Goynip. That's such a weird sounding thing. Goynip. Shout out to, Chain Chomp. Same. I love Majiro McQueen. Alright. Oguri Cap is perfect for you, Glutton. I mean, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. King Halo? You said King Halo. What is that one that's like a yandere? She's like always in love. What is her name? I don't even remember. Look at that. Nice and beautiful. Let's just scoot all you guys over here. How about that? There we go. So much. Yeehaw! Still in love. I do like her. Still in love. She's so real. Alright. It's funny, I'm like going through these and I'm like, oh, I don't even want to open this one. Oh look, it's the fan favorite of what's his name. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That one leaves. Did I send you a copy of this keychain? I meant to. I don't remember if I did though. I love Majero Duber for the Majero horses. She's terrified of men and loves Yuri manga. Real and true. Real and true. Okay, I miss you. Long time no see, Xander Cage. How have you been doing? Shout out to the Teto. Second favorite is Maru Zensky. Maru Zensky is like the really Italian colored one, right? I wasn't a really big fan of her. I like Rice Shower though. She's so cute. And I love how she's just depressed. Anytime she can take something negatively, she takes it negatively. You know what I mean? And I'm like, she's so real for that. Like, mood down. I love boys love manga and yaoi. If you offer that, you can automatically be my husband wife. Alright, well we can start whoring out Tasato. Tasato, can you like lean into the whole boys love thing? You know? Figure it out. Start flirting with I don't know, Hayu. I wanted to kill Hayu recently. I wanted to kill him recently. I was like, boy, I'm gonna fucking kill you. No, but she's an F1 race car. I see. Oh, these are all boring characters. Oh, shout out to this. Any cultured fans in chat know who this is? I want to stay up at work tomorrow, so my TV VTuber model's getting somewhere. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I've been working on my new VTuber model for like a year. So take your time. Take your time. Your little cow OC. This is not my OC. This is a very specific cow from a very specific, footage, to say the least. You know what I mean? The real horse was so strong, his owner and jockey begged him to have him race the Derby, even though he didn't qualify for being a Japan-born horse. Yeah, that is kind of weird. I will say, like, isn't that, like, something that they're not gonna do? Like, they're not gonna add horses that were not, like, super Japan-based? Which, I mean, I guess you have to respect the decision as, like a creation. But I'm like, that's, I think, a little silly. It's giving, what's it called? Kentai Collection. Hentai cow? Look at Reina. Reina knows exactly. I forget what hentai she's from, though. I'm such a fake fan. She's from a specific, hentai. You know? I'll put you there. Do I have multiple hentai characters? Technically, my Nekopara is also hentai. Shout out to the She's So Me. She's So Me. I can't remember the name of the hentai either. What was it called? Oh, Milk Party. Was it Milk Party? Maybe. The cowgirl looks familiar. I hope not, that one. I hope not. Here we go. Look at that. She's So Me. Real and true. Oh, I can do my little free gifted memberships. I think, can I? Let me see. Hell yeah. Send 5 free gifted memberships. Let's see who we got. What do we got here? Oh, Crispy Clee! Rest in peace him. Moki, Planky. Shout out to Planky. And Musashi. Hell yeah, some good pulls. Yuno Gasai. Clee will be back soon. I rejected him once, dies. I can help you with this. No, thank you. Dies. Rest in peace. Let's go, Planky. Hell yeah. I almost got it. You almost did. That was honestly so close. So close. Rip LOL. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Me pulling for gifted membership is literally 22% sad. Oh, France. Hold on. Instead of throwing out the trash, I just throw out the character. This character, never for the life ever sold. I think she's cute, though. She's very Konata shaped. You know what I mean? Like, this is very Konata shaped. And peel her. I think she was a nice size, though. Look at that. These are solid sizes, you guys. I have to wonder if YouTube will eventually allow gifted membership. It needs to. This is so dumb. You know what I mean? Like, you should be able to reward people who are active in the community. So I bet they will eventually. You know? I'll buy her. You'll buy her, Reina? You feel bad for her? You'll buy her? She's the merchant cat in, Azure Lane. I was a big fan of Azure Lane until it started getting too goony for me. It was a little too goony for my tastes. Shout out to Queen Whore herself. We love representation in this household. You have a Senko. I do not. I do not have a Senko. I probably should, though. We have a, you know, she's like the opposite of me. You know what I mean? Blue, orange. Aren't those like opposite colors, actually? I think they are. I'm like literally like a Akashi. Yeah, that is correct. I'm like a anti-Senko. Like, you know, like in Persona, how you have the shadows? I'm Shadow Senko. She's helpful. I'm just like a terror. They are. That's what I thought. She's kind, sweet, nurturing. I'm like the opposite of that. I'll like kick you when you're down. Shout out to Panty. Some of them are sold out. I will say, depending on who you're looking for, A, I could just have the inventory wrong. But also B, these are my V3 charms and my V2 charms. Where'd they go? Where did my Gower Gura go? These are new charms that are coming to my store. It's a new type of material. Where the France did she go? Oh, here she is. Okay. These are the ones I currently have in my store right now. It's the, these are my V2 charms. You see how they're flat? I have these. And if, I'm not gonna lie, if you're interested in these, just wait. They're gonna go on sale again. You know what I mean? Just wait. I was terrified. Closest thing to nudity possible. Goomba, exactly. Shout out to Prince Eugen. This was a huge charm. Like literally like one of the biggest illustrations for me. I want to start VTubing. Any tips? Hopefully you truly enjoy it. Me personally, I cannot function in VTube without an active chat. So if you're someone who relies on chat, I would suggest building a fan base in general first before you start VTubing. Look at that. Very pretty. And just enjoy it and understand that like it's no longer like a thing where like you're just gonna get quick rich immediately. So you need to do it in here for the passion now. You know what I mean? Cat girl is so stinking cute. Thank you. I darkened her artwork a little bit on the new one. If I find that one, I'll show the difference. Yeehaw, look at that. Right there. Me popsonally. Listen here. Are you bullying me? This character I loved in Azure Lane. Her name was Hammond. No one else really liked her though. Oh no. Tostado, don't bully mother. Question mark emoji? Not the Hammond. Only the YouTube gods decide who deserves to have free membership. Exactly. Let me do another. I can do the other 5. I just like I love. Ooh, I almost clicked on the members only live stream. What the hell? Membership giving. There we go. Another 5. Here we go, you guys. Good luck, Reina. On God, Reina gets this one. Oh boy, here we go again. I'm too gay for my own sanity. Alina got it. A derpy, Amar, Filthy Life, Prez. I know Aline. Ali Neko, I know her. Hamel man. Missed it again. Rest in peace. I tried. Yeah, VTubing is not for the weak, and if you're anyone with like a slightly controversial like personality, it can be especially stressful because like for like the first year I was like, I'm gonna get myself canceled. You know what I mean? So if you can't deal with that mental pressure, it's not for you. Classic PNG tuber husband behavior, says Reina. I like the way you think. Wah! We got a what is that little twerp from Genshin. Another Dual Archive. I recognize Ali Neko from Dolphy stuff. Yeah, she's the one who I think had her Dolphy collection stolen, which was wild. Warm up, please. Paimon. Hell yeah, look at you, knowing all my characters. Shout out to Junko. I don't know, it's pretty hard to get any stay canceled in VTubing. That is true. I think 9 times out of 10, it's how you respond. It's how you respond to the cancellation. Like, if you show that you're going to... I changed her eyes on this new artwork, and I think she looks better. You know what I mean? And it depends, like... The thing is, like, people will make mistakes, you know? And it's like, that's life. You're gonna make dumb mistakes, you know? And you're gonna get face the consequences. I think the majority of them do pay their time. Like, for example, like Cinder, like, she lost all those sponsorships and all her close friends, and then she lost her income for however many times a month she didn't stream, which can be detrimental to a small business. So it's like, to me, I think she paid her price, you know what I mean? And so it's like, what more can we really ask for? You know, you can't do much. You can just hope that they learn from the situation and change. I will say. You're welcome, says Reina. Thank you. Emergency rations. Oh, that's true. Got the Paimon. I, like, barely have any recollection of drawing this character. Like, barely. She's one of those ones where it's like, I was in, like, just a hurry to draw her. And so I did. She might be a dog shit seller, I don't even remember, I'm not gonna lie. Benny? Who the hell is Benny? We got 6 billion Sayori. Speaking of another, Genshin character. Luminine. I think I drew her pretty. All things considered. Right. Not there. Yeehaw. Nice and shiny. Nice and shiny. But... there we go. How long have I been streaming? An hour. Look at me go. Look at me go. Look at that. Man, it looks so clear too. Like the artwork and the charm itself. Man, these are great. These are great. Benny is a little white kid on YouTube that keeps saying the N-word and apologize until after all that happened. I see. I see. I know a lot of people get really bent out of shape when it comes to the N-word. I think we should consider that we don't give words power, because obviously people say those words because they want to take power over you. So if you take away the power from the word, then the word has no power. You know what I mean? But I know, like, recently, in the past 10 years, people have been putting Power on words. It's a slur. You can't say that. And to me, that I think is a negative thing. I think we should teach people to not take words personally because, you know, the classic stick and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. You know? Look at that. Beautiful and shining. I sold a pin of her. Oh god, that pin did horrible. It did horrible. Imagine a viewer was demanding a face reveal when you're a minor. Wild. That is wild, Raina. That is very wild. I wonder where that came from. That is very, very wild. I've been thinking about the auto score from Simple Gear a lot recently. If someone was to make something featuring them, I'd be highly inclined to make a few impulsive purchase. Auto score. What is that? Is that a character? Look at that. Ka-ching! I used to say K-King. I think K-King's a cute name because it reminds me of cake. The auto scores are such cool designs. I think we should just teach people to be respectful in general. But at the end of the day, you cannot control other people's behavior. You can only control your reaction to that behavior. There's always going to be people out there who want to provoke you, who want to get you upset. That's always going to happen because they truly just enjoy it. So what can we do to protect ourselves? We can teach people to not take words personally. You know? It's self-preservation. The thing is like, the problem is some people find the limit on free speech an obstruction of their free speech, and that's where they want to protest against it. That's why they say quote-unquote hateful and hurtful things. You know what I mean? Because it's their way of protesting. And honestly, a lot of times those people have like quite literally nothing better to do, you know? So they're gonna do it. So instead of teaching people to cry when you get called a certain word or a certain name, let it roll off your back, you know what I mean? The group of antagonists from Symphogear. Symphogears have very nostalgic characters. I like that little orange and white haired character. Like, she has like brown hair, but she's like orange and white, I think. Preach, hell yeah. You drew Ro quite nice. She was a big seller for a while. I think she still might be low-key. And thank you. I think I made her legs a little too long, I'm not gonna lie. You know? You know? But yeah, in this world, you know, when people quite literally, you know, get excited just to hurt other people, is if you don't let them hurt you, you win. You know what I mean? Like, I've been called every name in the book. Am I gonna let that bother me? No. You know? Can you pronounce the antagonist for me again? Antagonist. Auto scores? Are you bullying me? Shout out to Tomoe Mommy. The mother! Hell yeah. Hibiki probably- yes, that's correct. Hibiki's what I'm talking about. I almost double-taked when I said that. What? Antagonist? Antagonist? What did I say? Bullying the ESL. You know, I am just an innocent ESL. I've done nothing wrong in this world. I'm just trying to draw pictures to make a living. Mentally ill, bipolar, PTSD war veteran, woman. And I get bullied. Antagonist. 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 Whatever. You guys are funny. You can only sweat the details. Listen here, I'll let you have your win. I'll let you have your numbers. I'll let you have your win. That's all you'll ever get over me. At the back of mommy. Kale's is just a girl, guys. Leave her alone. You know what I mean? I did nothing wrong. Why do people, make me angry? That sounds so toxic when I say that. Like, why are you making me angry? You know what I mean? That one leaf is praying prehistoric hunt. Shout out to that. Always playing some damn dinosaur games. Last are respectfully adorable. Thank you. I'm glad you think so. And I'm glad you respect me. I'm glad you respect me. Miyuki from Lucky Star. I hated her as a kid because I hated characters who wore glasses, but then I started to really like her as I got older. Because I realized ew, no, wait a minute, she's like a total beauty if she doesn't have glasses on. That sounds so toxic. You know what I mean? Yeehaw! And I respect you. Reina was so real for that. You know? Reina sets the, shout out to Kagami. Real and true. Who do you respect, Dark? Dark better respect me. I think Dark respects me. But at the same time, like, respect is transient. You know, he might respect me now, but then when I go into my villain arc, and I go into my cancellation villain arc, he might stop respecting me, and that's fair. People change over time. Yeehaw! I don't know why, like, I did all this mess. Like, Dark Virus, I did all that mess to get that high-quality camera, plugged into my, like, capture card. And now I'm just, like, I literally just plugged in my iPhone into the, my Mac. For this camera, and it's, like, 10 times better. Yes, Queen goes my little crew. Hell yeah, right now. I respect Kaoza even through cancellation. On God. On God. Shout out to Shiori. Shiori. What? She got canceled? I've only been canceled a few times, but it's like mini cancellations. So it doesn't even really count. And even then, it's just like, nah. It's not even that big of a deal. I don't know if I ever told about this on stream, but I almost got canceled because I didn't know Yandere Dev had such an infamy behind his name, and I almost did official artwork and products for Yandere Dev. I did not know. The public did not feel the same way. I did because I was brand new to the franchise. You know? Bye-bye, Kaoza. Hell yeah. Guys, I'm gonna become a terrorist if I ever become, canceled. An intellectual terrorist. I will become a true iconoclast. It would be like, spends $100 to plug in $1,000 cameras. You know what I mean? iPhone. That'd be wild if you had Yandere Sim attached to. Yeah, it was like very, very early in the beginning. Like, it was like 2000, I think like 18. So it was like a long time ago. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I was just like, video game, character cute, draw. You know, because that's usually how I see most of these little thingies. You know, I'm just trying to make a keychain, you know? I'm just trying to get a few dollars here and there. I'm just trying to make a keychain, get a few dollars, you know? You know, get a few, you know, life improvements. Is that so much to ask? Shout out to Halloween Miku. Ah, yes, I remember when Yandere Sim game was banned from my junior high. That is wild, Reina, that your entire junior high, banned it. I am too old. Anime was, like, barely a thing at my day. So there was nothing anime related that was ever banned. But towards, like, my, freshman, or whatever final year of high school it was, they started getting anime, what's it called? Anime books in the library, and everyone knew I could draw because I was a great drawer in high school. And so the librarians would have me draw little cutout clothes to paste on the inappropriate artwork to censor it. So there have been so many times I've drawn like Blue Exorcist. I almost said Blue Alchemist. That I think her name is Sheena character. She has like the swimsuit bra. I have drawn so many t-shirts for her, so it was censored, so they keep it in the library. And I bet you to this day, they probably still have those library books censored. Shout out to me. Shout out to, what is it? Sunset Shimmer. You and me too, buddy. Hell yeah, Reina. Even saying that name was bad. Yandere Dev? Oh god, is this Voldemort? Some pennies. I'm just trying to get a penny out here, Dark Virus. You know what I mean? Listen here. I couldn't afford education, you know? My father, an immigrant? Guys, I could do the biggest sob story ever. He's from a third world country. You know, my legacy, my ancestors were prostitutes and mango stands workers. You know, it's tough out here. I'm just trying to make $1, you know? You know? If I was in Trinidad, I might be running a mango stand. You know, like my legacy before me. What else we got here? V3 or V2 Miku, I don't remember. Whoops, we can't show that in the Christian manga. It's literally that. Who gifted me a membership? I did. Hi, Planky. How are you doing? How are you doing? I'm going through all my little keychains right now. Oh god, she's pulling off the damn cards. Guys, I am the DEI Thanos. Like, what do I have? I have military disabled vet, PTSD vet, SA survivor, mentally disabled, not mentally disabled, I don't think it's mentally disabled. Whatever bipolar is, BPD, PTSD, OCD, immigrant father, POC, woman. What else? I can't think of anymore. Oh, homeless at one point. Let me think. Self-employed. I don't know if that's a thing. I got all the DEI cards. And I don't even, guys, I don't even use them for evil. I don't get enough respect for that. You know? Shout out to Foul. She was my first 5-star in Girls Frontline. And I also drew her my Blitz Dark. And one time I was just really blitzed. And I thought this was like a Kantai game to where it's like if she lost all her health, she would die. And so I was like borderline crying on like Reddit. I'm like, please guys, tell me she's not going to actually die. They're like, no. Collecting all the letters, you know what I mean? You're an ex-hobo? Yeah, I got kicked out of my house when I was a minor. And had to do a little adventure arc, to say the least. You know, that was a big reason why I had no choice but to join the military. Because it meant housing and stability. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Woman, that's the worst. My ancestors were prostitutes. Oh my god. Leave my ancestors out of this. And if you guys think I'm joking, like, in the jesting, like, I'm not. Like, prostitution is very common in Trinidad and Tobago. Twitter's final boss. I know, I need to get my, my resume ready. So I can be like, the actually. the biggest actually in the world. And all the C's and D's, I'll go a cappella. I don't even know what the hell that even means. You know? Shout out to Venti. I remember when he came out and he was such a big deal in Genshin. I remember when Genshin was such a big deal. Such simpler times. Look at that. I drew him pretty cute. A Soulful! The femboy of the generation. Life-changing femboy. I saw him in his anime and I was like, wow, I like this. And I immediately bought his Nendoroid, kept it for a couple years, and then resold it for like $250 or something insane like that. Me when market prices. You know what I mean? I think this artwork is very outdated, but he keeps selling, so I have no reason to stop producing him. You know what I mean? Before the Gooner Games attacked. Exactly. Shout out to the Gooner Games. Astolfo. Yeehaw. I'll put you there. God, I'm getting quite the pile. And the funniest thing is I'm only, like, through... Anybody know who she is? Let's see if we have any veterans in chat. I'm not even... I think, like, I'm almost done. I'm almost done with this basket, but I have 2 more baskets. So I have a fuck ton. Guys, what am I gonna do for photography? I have to re-photo all of these. Like, retake all the photos for them. I don't know what I was thinking, possibly, about getting, like, a little diorama. And taking photos of them there. But I don't know. Kaya Luna, hell yeah. Man, I really liked her. I didn't really like Kizuna Ai. Like, she just wasn't my personality type, but I loved Kaguya Luna. Like, she was really fucking funny. Like, she was my humor type. Crazy that Mika Pikazo. This is the same artist that did Bae from Hololive Ian or something like that. I was teaching a newer VTuber about her and Kizuna Ai the other day. I felt ancient. The ancient texts. The ancient texts. I will say, I'm not gonna lie. Wild that they brought Kizuna Ai, of all people, to Fortnite. Like, I understand VTubers, but I'm surprised they didn't do, like, a Mori or a... What's it called? Iron Mouse. You know? I love Rarity. Look how pretty. You know, I will say, like, look, it doesn't even look like there's a film on it. I'm currently looking at Fate Grand Order in the show, and the bubblegum dumb looking lad is in. Or Gura. Or Gura. Yeah, but Gura's kind of retired. Gura is the Jesus Christ of VTubing. Kizuna I is the God. Saba, second coming of Christ. Are you getting Stella Fos? I'm pretty sure Stella is like 100% getting Kizuna. I had fun playing Fortnite as Kim Kardashian. That was really funny. I will say, what are you guys' thoughts on that? Because people were like, Kim Kardashian started out as a porn star, and she very obviously does extremely erotic imagery. How do you guys feel about her being in a technically kids game? I guess, could you even count Fortnite as a kids game though? At this point? With like all the South Park, not the South Park, is there? I think there is South Park, but what's it called? Simpsons and stuff like that. What is a big Peter Family Guy? And what about Aqua? Which Aqua? Oh, the old Hololive Aqua? I'm glad it was Kizuna because she used to be playing Fortnite and she did just make a return. That is true. I will say I am glad. I'm glad. It's one of those rare things like, wow, we would have never seen that coming, but it was kind of perfect. You know what I mean? Because I do find her coming back. It's just, to me, it's just like, no matter what she does, it's not really sticking as far as a comeback. You know what I mean? Because, like, I think she had, like, that anime, shout out to Christmas Yuri, and she's, like, she, like, trends, like, everyone's like, oh, I remember her, and then they just drop off again. You know what I mean? I mean, they had South Park and Fortnite, and they've had Snoop Dogg, Simpsons, Family Guy. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of saying. Snoop Dogg became kind of, like, super PC, like, PG after a while, though. I thought Kim was awesome in Fortnite. I know, I think it's funny as fuck. I think it was funny. Yeehaw. I updated her artwork a little bit. You can't really tell. I think this is the updated artwork. Yeah. I changed some of the colors a little bit. Cover is too protected with their image allowed in Fortnite. I see. Hello, gluten-free acrylic paint. How are you doing? Cute keychain. Thanks. I drew them all myself. These are all my new keychains coming to my store. Yeah, cover is certainly, yeah. Cute! I do remember that anime very vaguely. To me, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like, I think I'm getting old. I think I'm getting old. Anime is so transient now. It's like, it comes out and like, even I forget it so quickly. And it's like, what is going on? I think it's just because there's so much stimulus in the world that I am like, I can't even remember it. You know what I mean? I will say, guys, revolutionary. I'll find the study specifically, but revolutionary, you know, every time you use social media, you're frying your dopamine, and it takes like 72 hours for it to reset with having no access to dopamine. So when you go on social media, you're shooting your dopamine really, really, really high. And so anything after you do off of social media, your dopamine plummets. So say you want to read a book after using social media, it's going to plummet and make reading the book like 40% more painful than it is like after. That's how like damaging social media is. So I'm really, really trying to stop using social media so much. Do you have an Apothecary Diary ones? I don't, but I keep seeing clips of this Mao Mao character, and she's very, 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 very cute. So I kind of want to draw her. Like, she's a very cutie. My mom's still mad at me for spending 30 euros on keychains. That's fair. I don't even know what the most I've spent on a keychain is. Probably a lot. Shout out to Gummy. Shout out to the gummy. You don't know how many times at conventions people are like, can I get a gummy? And I'm like, yeah, why not? Why not? Mao Mao goated. She'd sell. Yeah, she's really cute too. I do like it, and it's like, I don't want to sound like a woke feminist. If that's even what it is. I do like that she's not very sexualized, and she's very smart, and she has a personality that like it all fits. You know what I mean? Is that too woke of me? I'm getting to that age. I'm a woman getting into that age. You know what I mean? I'm excited for Frauenren. I like the Frauenren character. Look how pretty. Look at these guys. These are gorgeous and stunning. Gorgeous and stunning. Shout out to Knee Socks. She was my favorite in Pansy and Socks when I watched it. Blech. I so rarely watch anime. I picked on a new show for the first time forever, only this year. And is it Precure, Stellar? Is it Precure? I do wonder. Anime is more accessible now too. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. It is not more accessible. I tried, listen here, I tried watching. What is that one that the creator of Lane made also with the angels? Hana, Hani, Haina. Hanaibe? You know what I'm talking about? I tried watching it, okay? And I was like, okay, let me watch this series. I'm fine with paying it legally. I have money, I'm an adult, I have money. I'll pay and watch it legally. And the only available one was the sub on Apple TV for $27. And I'm like, I don't really want to buy it. I just want to watch it. You know what I mean? And it was only available in Japanese. And I was like, I like listening to the old antiquated English dubs because it sounds very transatlantic almost in a way. I like it. It's very cozy. You know what I mean? And so I saw a link of it on Amazon. And I was like, I'll just buy the DVD then, since, you know, I don't want to buy it outright. $299 for the DVD. And I'm like, you want to tell me that the only way I can legally watch this in English is by paying $299 for 27 episodes? Or even 13 episodes, maybe. I think it was 13. Wild. Hi, Bane Ranmei. Exactly, that's Siri. It's not Precure. Shout out to Len. Framarin? Free Aaron. Free Aaron. Is it Free Aaron? Free Aaron. It's giving Attack on Titan. Free Aaron. He did nothing wrong. Wait, the reason I spent €30 on keychains was because I was at a con at the stand, sold either AI, print slop, or drops of them stuff. I will say, like, I'm afraid to, like, go and get invested into conventions nowadays because of that. I meant that the new series are more accessible back in the day. Oh, yeah. Free Ren. Free Ren? Free Ren. Okay. Alright, well, you know, shout out to that. Free Ren. Euro? Is that the Euro sign? Is that the Euro sign? I don't even know. Free Ren. Oh, look at this! This Stella reference. Stella reference. Let's see how she turned out. I will say sometimes I don't like how this plastic debris from shaving the acrylic sometimes sticks on. You can kind of see it right there. Like that looks bad. You know what I mean? Raw, hell yeah. It's pounds. Oh, I did not know it's pounds. Sorry. I didn't know we were Libras up in here. Which, Dark Virus, are you Libra? Are you Libra? I forget. Or are you a Scorpio? You know, I might just be making a silly assumption that you're a Libra. Free Ren. Free Ren. Free Ren. Free Ren. Alright, try remembering that. I like the way the character's shaped. I think she's very cute. Look at her. Oh. Sliding everywhere. Oh, still got debris. Nope, that's just her drawing. Look at that. Nice and shiny. High quality. Look at that. Look at that. Yeehaw. I still need to do more Black Rock Shooter characters. Move it. I'm a Libra. That's what I was saying. That's what I'm saying. I was like, Dark Virus, 300 pounds, Libra. Why do you think pounds are spelled LBS? That stands for Libras. Really makes you think. Really makes you think. Shout out to Bridget. I think I classified this one as Twitter Discourse #2. I'm a Gemini. Shout out to Geminis. That was a Black Rock Shooter charm that I liked. That's good to hear, Rainy. I'm glad you liked her. I'll take 5, thank you. I'm glad you liked her, Raina. Destiny. Really makes you think. I'm a Leo, which is like the most woman and attention whore sign there is, so very fitting for me as well. Shout out to Bridget. Name leak when? Name leak when? Good question. And Supersonico has a Libra scale, you know what I mean? In one of her 6,000 iterations, she has a Libra scales. Really? Makes you think. I think this artwork turned out horrible, I'm not gonna lie. I don't like this artwork. I don't like the shape of the character. I don't like it. Like, I think like the hoodie just kind of made everything too big and like, I don't know, Goo Goo Gaga teddy bear, you know? You know what I mean? The more you know. Supersonical fans scare me. I appreciate Supersonical fans because, like, it is pure dedication. Does anybody know who this is? It is pure dedication to just liking a character for its design because there's really not a whole lot to her. That does look worse than the average. Is that one listen here, coming for you, boy. I forget, did I ever ship those keychains in with your order, with your little figure order? I asked you, I don't know if you answered, and I also don't know if you responded, though. You know? I can see Starlight Glimmer. Star Sign Sunset Shimmer? You did not. Oh, rip. I meant to. I meant to. I had full intentions of sending you my Gura and my, Teto keychain. Rip. Rip, rip, rip. I know a Bridget back in the day. Ah, I see, Raina. Oh, I see. I love how that one leaves, like, yeah, that art is like, horrible. You're wild. The thought is what counts. Exactly. You know? That's Sukone Te, an old fan vocaloid from back in the day. Oh my god. Alright, Raina, just for you. Look at this. Strawberries. What is this? Soccer Mickey? Oh, I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired. Want me to not be honest? I didn't say it was bad. No, I just think it's funny. I just think it's funny. Wow, so cute. What's your favorite pony? Sparkle Dash? Pumpkin Ass? Pumpkin Ass. I like Rarity. Rarity's my favorite. Ew! Raina, you don't like Strawberry Miku, or I keep wanting to call her Sunset Miku. Sakura Miku 2020? The other one. Oh, okay. You don't, so you like the other one, you don't like this one. Alright. Copy that. Raina said that is ew. Okay, 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 I see you guys. I don't think I have her in this pile. Let's hear, oh, we have the god of Fortnite, the god of Vtubing. Strawberry Miku? My culture's not your costume. I do have Strawberry Mikus. Somewhere around here. Guys, what am I gonna do with all this? I have to take photos of each and every charm. What am I gonna do? I hate working. What is the point? What is the point? Hello, Rokai. How are you doing? I hate working. I hate doing anything that resembles work. I think I could have drawn her a little bit better. But I don't hate her. Another 15 days of straight work. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And then I still have the Miku Expo products I have to, do. And then I also have plushie work. I have company work. I have just so much. And then allegedly still working on my VTuber model. Oh, brother. You'll love to see it. Keychain review today. I'm showing all my little keychains. I made all of these. And I'm using a new material. My second tier material looks like this, where it's flat. And so I have this, I'm printing everything on these new material, where it's curved. And it's really, really high quality. So kinda. So I don't hurry up and get rich, she's dying out here, you know what I mean? I'm like, damn. Damn, and on top of that, I gotta get back on my fitness journey, all that good stuff. Sato or Tostado? Either or. Okay, Raina, how about this one? How about this one, Raina? They PM me out so bad when someone calls me Spanish when I'm Peruvian, you wouldn't go up to a Chinese person and call them Indian. I don't think you would. That was a very specific niche scenario. How about this, Raina? Is this not ew for you? Did not know you made keychains, but then again, I've been gone for a while. Yeah, I have been this has been my sole source of income, selling keychains for the past 8 years. And so I've been doing this way longer than I've VTubed. That's why I have like 200 plus. I think I had like 240, I think. This is my main job. I am a professional illustrator. Yes, Queen, that was better. Phew. Okay, good to hear, Raina. Like, I was a little man. I was like, man, you know, Raina just said ew. Like, I don't... kind of bad. That's good, though. Phew. I'm glad we got that taken care of, Raina. It's Tostado. Kayla just calls me a slur all the time. Oh, brother. The torpedo slur. We have this one. I also meant to put her in stock, and I never did. LOL. The other one was my first love story, real. It's niche, but it happens to me 10,000 times. I see. Don't take it too personally. Don't take what other people say too personally. It's not that big of a deal. I had no idea you were an artist until like last year. You know what I mean? That's like 90% of my YouTube chat. It is really funny how like separated my quote-unquote personas are. Like, again, like, it's kind of like how I was asking Lily. I was like, how did you find me? I'm like, this person did not fucking find me through my VTubing account. Lo and behold, it was my art account. I was like, ah. I almost like need to fucking like completely separate them because they're like two entities completely. Shout out to Panty, Disco Color, I forget what, Galaxy Color, I think this is called. Can you take a bite out of one of the keychains for quality check? No, but I can pretend to break one. I tried doing that earlier, but I don't want to actually. Yeah, they're pretty high quality. I'm about to break my frickin' DOMs. And I don't want to break my teeth. I have very sensitive teeth. The convention exclusives are OP. Reina, you are a god for the memory. So I will say, damn it. Reina, the convention exclusive versions of these are printed on a holo material. So they're a little holographic in the back too. But you are really, really on par, like on point with my business, Reina. Because that is exactly the case. They were originally convention exclusives. I did find you on Twitch months ago, but I was already logged into YouTube when I saw you online. Twitch? I don't stream on Twitch. Unless you just so happen to find me in a comment section or something. I have never streamed on Twitch. What company do you use and manufactures your keychains? That's a business secret. I don't reveal to anybody. But if you're mutuals with me, I share my sources. I will say, I don't talk about other businesses unless they sponsor me. I am a greedy person in that regard, you know? If they want to sponsor me, I'll talk good about them, you know? Unless they don't, if they don't want to sponsor me, you know what I mean? And then 9 times out of 10, I'm always switching manufacturers anyway. Gatekeeping, hell yeah, exactly. There's 6 billion. It's so easy to find a good manufacturer. I don't want my manufacturer to be lower quality because so many people are using them. Nothing personal, kid. This is the business world. I do find it funny when like normies like hear about business secrets and stuff like that, and they're like, "Wow, that's so unethical." And like this is like this is the business world. Like for example, like the whole Cinder drama, where one of the characters, oh well, I was thinking of the VTuber model, and I was like, oh, that's a character. One of the people was basically crying about a possible exclusivity deal. That is like the standard in business practice, is an exclusivity deal. And everyone's like, that's so effed up to do exclusive work for one person. Like that's literally the standard for professional like environments where you like sign NDAs and stuff like that. But the general populace didn't have a didn't like that. Shout out to UMP9. Might have to pick your brain about who makes your happies one day. Hell yeah, feel free to always ask. My DMs are open. Shout out to UMP9. How many different ones have you made throughout the years? Different characters? How many of these? I think like 260 keychains I've made over the span of like 8 years or so. Some of them I've just retired. Some of them have gotten copyright strikes, so it's like the company doesn't want me selling them. And some of them like some companies actually do like for example, excuse me, Genshin likes it when you make fan art of the characters, and so does Girls Frontline. Specifically at Anime Expo, I think 2018, they saw that I was selling Girls Frontline merch, and they bought some for me so they could put it in their display at their official booth, and said, hey, if you guys want to buy this specific merch, go to that person's booth. And they get my booth number. It's just business. It really is. I think it's really fucking funny. You know what I mean? Like, it's cutthroat. The amount of, like, negotiation, like, I have to do with businesses is, like, insane. And it's just... I don't want to say terrorism. That's the first word that comes to mind. You know what I mean? Like, you have to do a lot of threatening, you know? Say, you have to bargain, and you have to say, like, hey, I'm an asset. I've spent this much money from you. If you don't do exactly what I want, I will never give you my, like, I will never spend money with you ever again. And they're like, wow, this person has spent upwards of 20 to 30,000 over the span of this much time. I shouldn't lose this customer. So let me agree to their demands. That's business, you know? It's nothing personal. Was UMP9 a good seller? Not as good as UMP45, but she was pretty good, all things considered. There's at least 5 characters on screen, that's for sure. What fan art characters can you sell? Do you guys have any examples in Vocaloid? Vocaloid usually is very fine and free use as long as you don't use their official imagery. If you redraw it, they're fine. Genshin is fine. A lot of gacha games are fine. Blue Archive is fine. What else gacha games do I sell? I don't even know. I mostly just did those characters, and Vocaloid. I'm a big Vocaloid person. Comparing terrorism to bargaining is wild. It's not really bargaining, it's like threatening. You know what I mean? Like example, I even posted it in like the Discord. It was, this one company has a protocol of how they manufacture goods. And I was like, I don't want to do that protocol. I want special treatment. And they're like, okay, well, we can't do that because this is the protocol. And I was like, okay, I'll pay extra money for not special circumstances, or for, excuse me, for special circumstances. And they're like, okay. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Really, business is about, like, how much will you pay? How much will you pay to get what you want? Shout out to... I don't even remember her name. Have you considered doing anything for Arknight's Enfield? So, I will say my Arknight sellers. I did do Arknights. I don't like the designs. They're kind of hard. They're kind of hard to draw. I do have Arknight characters, though. I have heard about that series. There's an old boss in a basement in countryside of Japan that she forced to hand sew each one. Yeah, right. Funny enough, I think they can print, like, in, like, 2 days, like, 100 Howery. So it's a company I use. I will play Genshin the day they add a person of color. Okay. That's fair. I think that... What is that one little rocker girl? She's a person of color. I liked her. Do I, like, draw Mumble and slap her on a keychain? Mumble. Who the hell is Mumble? Can't make it rain. You got it, you know? They're like, we can't do that. I'm like, I have money. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? That Blondie was a GFL character. Yeah, G41. There we go. It was like something, it was like 2 letters. Oh, G41, I think it was. Hanso. Oh, brother. Hansu. Is it Sue? Or Hanso? What did I say? LOL. Mumble from Gacha. Like, oh. I did not know what it is. Shout out to Kana. I think I didn't mean to actually print my Kobayashi drums. And I accidentally printed her, so whatever. I said so. Oh, whoops. I thought it said hands. I thought that's how you say so and Sue. Hanso. Oh, brother. Is it Hansu? Out of curiosity, how much will you make a dinosaur standee? Quite literally, unironically, $15 to $2,000. That's what you'd have to pay me to draw that. And I'm not even lying. I'm not even lying. Shout out to Kana. I don't think I drew her the best. I think rather her artwork is just like outdated for my style. I had to pump my pay grade. That's why I'm only really ever commissioned by companies. Companies and legal entities. It's not- I am not worth it. I'm not worth it for small people. You know what I mean? Such is life. Shout out to Pyra. Technically all Genshin characters are Asian if that counts as POC. There you go. Ooh, gotcha. That is true. Kaching. She's a POC. There you go, actually. Now the real question is there... No, I'd say D-Luke. I think D-Luke would be white. Look at that. Pyra. Somebody... Okay, back in the day when I first started my business, I was drawing... Like, I would literally draw pretty much anything anybody asked. And there's this one person who had purchased for me like 4 or 5 times. And I was like, wow, that's so kind of them. And they're like, by the way, can you draw these characters? And they wanted the specific Supersonico that I drew. Which is like some weird reference. I think it's from an old game or something like that. And they asked for Mithra and Pyra. And I was like, you know what? This person has been supporting me like 5 times. And I was like, yeah, sure. And so I drew Mithra and Pyra for them. And they ended up being like really, really good sellers. Hey, that's the monster child mother Rambler scared of Kana. Alright, Reina. Here's HK416. It's okay, KO, that's just a mere fraction of my never-ending wealth I'll provide for my chuds in this chat. Heh. What is a chud? Okay, I hear that word used a lot. What is a chud? Can someone listen here? Where's Sasato? I know he knows. I know Debunk knows, and I know Sasato probably knows. What the hell is a chud? I do hear that word used a lot. Oh god. I will say, shout out to these little things. By the way, where is Shiro the bisexual from No Game No Life? I did not know she was bisexual, Reina. I think she's somewhere around here. I may have I don't know. I thought I printed her. I remember seeing her file, but I don't remember seeing her physically. She should be around here, Reina. Shiro the bisexual should be around here somewhere. A chud is like a beta. Okay, a beta. Is it someone who's fat? I do wonder. Santa Monica. They add a black, South Asian, Latino. A Latino. I thought that one that rides the most motorcycle, I thought she was Latino. You know? And I think the tan girl with a rocker, she could either be considered South Asian or black, depending. I'd say she's, you know which one I'm talking about? I don't remember her name. She was really fucking cute though. She had a little guitar and little hair pom-poms. I think she looks South Asian. That's what my mom thinks, so it's fan canon. Okay, okay. So Reina and Moms thinks Shiro from No Game No Life is bisexual. I'll remember that. Originally just a derogatory term for a right-wing man, but it's kind of just a general derogatory term for any man at this point. Okay, chuds. Okay. Okay, chuds. Chuds. Any chuds in chat? I like the way it sounds. I will say sometimes, like, they make, like, goy slop, they make it such a fun word to say. Like, goy slop? That's such a funny word. Chud? Like, why do they sound so fun to say? We chuds that reclaim the word, though. Like, chud. I like saying chud. You know what I mean? Chud buddies. Listen here. Get the hell out of here, you chud bucket dwellers. SpongeBob reference. Oh no, what the? I just missed a call. Whatever, not important. Chumbud. Aw, rest in peace to Chumbuds. Rest in peace to Chum. I will say Gura's design was like fantastic. Shout out to, I don't know, but she had the exact same build time as IDW. I'm such a fake fan myself. I'm such a fake fan. I know Debunk probably knows who the hell this is. Chud is basically the new incel. I will say the problem I have with I will say I do hate how we are villainizing like actual medical terms. You know what I mean? Because like incel is like 9 times out of 10 it's someone who's like actually physically or mentally disabled. They cannot like ever have sexual intercourse with anybody. And so it's like it's a really sad thing. Imagine like a lot of humans, their main desire is love. You love in partnership. And imagine just being born so fucking ugly and disfigured and unappealing and unattractive with no sexual characteristics that you have to spend your entire life alone and by yourself as a result, simply just from being born. That is like a fucking fate worse than death. Like, I can see how people would believe in God if you were born an incel and be like, he's punishing me. And the fact that we kind of toss that term around like, oh, you don't agree with me, you're an incel. I'm like, that's a little insulting to the poor actual incels. You know what I mean? Like a lot of like physically disabled people in wheelchairs with cerebral palsy, like those are actual incels. You know what I mean? It's kind of sad. Stop roasting. I'm being serious. That doesn't sound like I'm like, wow, these fuck ass ugly people. No, you know what I mean? Shout out to Beach Monica. But you know what I mean though, like genuinely societally unacceptable visual people. And like they just get like scooped up with like just someone who disagrees with you, you know what I mean? You're talking about me, Tisano. I think I might be high key. High key. Listen here, Tasato, you're not ugly. You're medium ugly, you know? You got that going for you. Aren't some people trying to push obese to be a slur? I do remember they were trying to do that. And I will say the whole thing kind of falls at the foundation where it's like, if there's nothing wrong with being fat, then it should be fine if you call someone fat. Because there's nothing wrong with being fat. Because there really isn't. Some people are fat, some people are not. This is just life, you know? There's nothing wrong with being fat, actually. You know, but they made that seem like a negative thing too. But obesity is, first of all, way more common than just overweight people. But I do remember that. I do remember that. I used to be big into like, I did want to understand. I will say when I don't understand something, I try to learn more about it. So I do know a lot about the fat acceptance communities and like the mid fats, the mids, what is it called? The death fats, the, there's a term where it's like you're a big fat. There's a specific term of it, and you're like these sizes, you're like 3x to like 6x. Like there's different categories of the fats and stuff like that. And they believe that they had different social privileges depending on which fat characteristic you fall into. And I thought that was very interesting. And there was a book that I read called You Have the Right to Remain Fat. I thought that was a very cheeky little cute title. I didn't necessarily agree with much of what they were saying, however. Obese is a slur. Everything is a slur. Everything is a slur nowadays. You know? And so that's why I think we are going backwards in time. We're going backwards. Shout out to the Galaxy or Stalking. You could have said unconventionally attractive, but I mean it like in an act. Like you can be unconventionally attractive, but still be attractive. Like a lot of celebrities are like unconventionally attractive. Like what is that guy's name? Adam Driver. He's not really conventionally attractive, but people know he's unconventionally attractive, but they're still attracted to him. I'm talking about people with like physical disabilities. Like they've got like really messed up, like I will say they have messed up genetics and it appears in their face. Because if you look at somebody who's like really disfigured visually, 9 times out of 10 it's because of a genetic issue. Like say if the palate in the back of their throat is improperly like developed, where it's like they can't really breathe, which is from bad genetics, they will start to develop a recessed chin. You know, so that's what I kind of mean. More so, really badly genetic people. Tasato has a voice of an angel. A burly, manly angel. He really does. He really does. That's where all the medium comes in for his medium ugliness. I do like this colorway. Very cute, you know what I mean? A fat hierarchy. Yeah, there's like small fats, mid fats, and then I think it's large fats. I think it's large fats. And, I mean, there is some validity to it, but I think we're stressing the wrong problems here. You know what I mean? Because, like a small fat, they can shop in, like, Target because they have the small fat sizes. So it's like a 1XL, 2XL. You know, that's a small fat. But a super fat or a large fat, I forget the specific name, they have to shop only online. So it's like, it kind of makes sense in a way, technically. Big back, but yeah, they were trying to make big back a slur, or not a slur, like a bad term. But I think we should be anybody can be a big back. To me, and this is like it's very unpopular. It's very unpopular, but a fat ass is a state of being. It's not a physical attribute to anything particular. You know what I mean? Like a skinny person can be a fat ass. Like if they're just eating like a bunch of food, they're being a fat ass. But obviously it doesn't mean they're fat. Because first of all, fat ass means you have a big ass, and a lot of people don't really have big asses. They're kind of like mostly flat. They're just wide, you know, so that doesn't even make any sense. So to me, being a fat ass is a state of being. It's like a verb. It's like a verb. It's not a noun. In my opinion. Here's Amiya from Arknights. I'm reaching small fats. I think you're kind of like, oh, infinity fat. Infinity fat was also another one. Like infinity fat, like the biggest. I forgot what that one meant, but I do remember that word, infinity fat. Physically pure ugly, but I got blessed with a good voice and height to make up with it. You think you're physically pure ugly? I wouldn't say you're pure ugly. Breaking genetics. Everyone is unconventionally attractive if you have the right taste. Hell yeah. Rip the stalking enamel pin. Yeah, I think it sold up pretty quickly. Shout out to Tsukasa from Lucky Star. Reminded we're on a floating rock and talking about big fats and small fats. Yeah, we are. And incels. Don't forget them. And the chuds. The chudettes. The goy slops. Yeah. I can agree with that. That one leaf. Agreed. Oh, frick. I don't even remember what it said. But shout out to all the people agreeing. When my friends call me fat ass, oh, a state of being. Okay, okay, okay. When my friends call me fat ass, I scream that I'll sit my fat ass on them if they don't shut the F up. Do you get offended when people call you a fat ass? There's nothing wrong with being fat though. You know? Like, you know, I am of a decent BMI. And like sometimes I'm a fat ass, you know? Sometimes I just gorge on a fuck ton of food. Fat ass is a state of it's a verb. Chudettes assemble. No, I don't have any chudettes. That means human, right? I don't have any female members in my community. Very rarely. Shout out to this Tropical Miku. I like that she was tan. We're twins. We're besties. Oh look, went the other purple twin. Who? Oh, Tsukasa. You're right, Rena. You're right. Tropical Miku. In theory, I like her. I just don't like. I don't know what I don't like about her. I do like how her swimsuit is clear, like transparent. But I don't really like this. I don't know if it's the shape. It's probably the shape. I don't like the shape. I'm female. Wow. I'm surprised. Females don't usually last long around my community. Amelia. I've had the most problems with females in my community. I'm not gonna lie. You think I stopped fumbling after meeting her? What are you guys talking about? What is Dark Virus? You look pretty normal, Tasato. God gave you all the tools and you still fumbled until you met our sweet gods. Again, I think Tasato's a solid medium ugly, but there is like value in medium ugly. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with being medium ugly. It's an acquired taste. And I think it's a valid taste. You know what I mean? Just Tasato didn't take care of his nutrition and his health for the longest time, and that kind of reflects on his body. Amelia. You're on track, Tasato. Maybe. Here is this one. What is her name? Applejack. My mom doesn't really understand these characters. Like, she doesn't know where they're from. I think she knows Miku, though, at this point. But she likes this character a lot because my mom was a country girl. She was a country girl, and she lives in Tennessee. Tennessee, so she loves this one. My mom also used to work on a farm. Yeehaw. We need more southern and farm representatives around here. Medium ugly plus charisma plus health. Damn weird. Tasato's so back. Yeah, he needs to get the health part under control, though. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Tasato has, I think it's called like an ectomorph body build. And it just looks a little, it looks very interesting to say the least. I think he turned out cute. God, I'm running out of just spots to pile these keychains on. Here we got Klee. Klee. Reason I'd be a bad boyfriend, I care too much, I'm too clingy and lovable. I think it depends on what you're attracted to. I don't really like it when people are clingy. If it's a woman, fine. I love a clingy woman. If I'm attracted to her. I've like dealt with women that are clingy that I'm not attracted to, and it's a nightmare. But if I'm attracted to her and she's clingy, 10 out of 10. A man though, if a man is clingy, I prefer possessive than clingy. You know what I mean? Because possessive, you're like, oh look, he's territorial. It's a man moment. But clingy, God. Insufferable. Yeehaw! Clingy women. Yeah, if you're not attracted to a clingy woman, it is a death sentence. It is a death sentence. It's like, oh brother, I have to deal with this. Insecurity, oh brother, possessive. Listen here. Procreating obsessive. Progressive. No. Processive. Lock it up. Possessive? Yeah. It's kind of charming. You're like, oh, the man, he's just being territorial. Isn't that cute? He doesn't want to lose you. Isn't that cute? But then when a woman, if you're attracted to a woman, she's clingy, you're like, oh, look at her. She can't live without me. That's cute. Possessive, a pro at being possessive, hell yeah. Buffsky, I know, shout out to Buffsky. She was my, a couple of years ago, I did a, what's it called? April Fool's joke. She was her. I didn't know you liked Omegaverse. Is that the men getting pregnant? I don't think I'm a big I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I'm a fan of the man getting pregnant. Any man pregnant lovers in chat? I don't know if I'm like a big fan of that, I'm not gonna lie. Isn't that cute? Is that Monica right here? This is Santa Monica. It is. Omegaverse isn't necessarily M-preg, it's just often. Oh. Okay. I didn't know that, technically. There we go. Okay, the more you know. Alpha, beta, omega stuff. Okay, okay. I've only seen the male pregnant stuff. The thing Jeff was obsessed with, exactly. That's what I thought this was. No, Omegaverse is betas and omegas and alphas and enigmas. Okay. I love learning, you know? I love learning. I love learning. You know what I mean? I like Stella. I'm not gonna lie, Stella. You need to like either draw it yourself or commission some fan art of like that wolf boy you like and that other guy. I'm like, wow, they visually are such a good pair. The Fortnite couple. I like the way they look. What if gender wasn't female or male and it was alpha, beta, and omega? Oh, I see. Okay. It's like woke erotica. Okay, I get it. Ramu, I redid her artwork. She's way more bold now. I like it. Okay. Is there like a consistent like? Are there books and stuff like that of the Alpha Omega verse? Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Am I making sense? You think I had already tried them together? Stella's a Twilight. Stella, that comedic timing you did when I said you were Bella. You're like, what are you doing, Loka? That was so perfectly timed. Woke erotica. You know what I mean? But I like it. I like it. Like, where do these people hang out who talk about this? You know what I mean? Yeah, I made her much darker. I wish I could show a comparison, but I don't have one on me. Woke erotica, spot on. Shout out to Ramu. Sometimes I feel like Ramu, as angry as she is, just trying to run the shrine. Just trying to run the shrine. I haven't even seen Twilight. I've seen a little bit. I need to watch it. It's on like Netflix, I think, right? It's like it's such a goofy little show. I think it's funny. You know what I mean? You just have to comb the depths of the internet. Okay, okay. I will say I like some of the furry stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Why am I oversharing now? Let's calm it down. Anyway. I watch Twilight every Christmas with my wife. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. I heard that little child, like I see like bits and bobs of it off of on TikTok and stuff like that. And I heard the child is like this really creepy prosthetic and like really scary looking at the end of the whatever movie. Here's whatever. Self-report goes crazy. Let's calm it down. Listen here. All I'm saying, I just wish that Japan, Nick Fox, the Nick Fox guy from Zootopia, I wish it was a little higher quality. I don't know why they made him so derpy looking. You know what I mean? But that's a real man right there. Yeah, she's like CGI. Yeah, it's like really creepy looking from what I hear. Here's Sweater Yuri. Surprisingly, still a pretty big seller of mine. Just search furry, erotica, woke, and you'll be all in the good stuff. Hell yeah, Mio. Hell yeah. Listen here. Like, the thing is a woke erotica. I get it. I get it. You know what I mean? I get it. It was created on AO3 with Supernatural. Was that Supernatural? That was a show, right? That kind of aired around the time. Do you guys remember the fucking era that was so insanely popular? That was like, was it Doctor Who? The time traveling TARDIS guy? Remember how insanely popular all that was? It was ridiculous. Honestly, real though, every time I say I think making furs would be fun. Yeah. Yeah, I like the furry stuff. I really do. I think it's really, really fucking cute. And it's soft, and I just like, I like it. I really do like the little furries. I would love a fursuit, I just don't know where the hell I'd put it. You know what I mean? Ooh, like a KO's a fursuit would go hard. The Tumblr era, yeah. Aren't there $quadrillion? Yeah. A nice, good, solid one will run you like 10K. All things considered. But I will say, a lot of people don't understand like how much money goes into hobbies and investing. Like for example, like a good 3D VTuber model is like around like $6,000 to $10,000 just for a VTuber model. Supersonico, I did the pentagram she's wearing. Normally where you put it on, well, I mean, where are you gonna store it? You silly Billy. Where are you gonna store it? Like, what a genius idea. Think about it. You make a fursuit of your character, then you manufacture plushies of your character too. It's genius. Remember this Snow Miku broke me. I was losing this like solidified my hatred of drawing. Like, or rather OCD related drawing, you know what I mean? It was a demon hunting show and everyone shipped the characters and then the oh, I do remember that now. And the favorite ship became canon at the end, which resulted in one character going to super hell. Furry suits are awesome just as long as you don't go to furry conventions. No, I want to go to a furry convention. I want to go to a furry convention. I think it's really cool and cute. Shout out to McDonald's Miku. To see like all the artwork. It's like, it just looks like giant stuffed animals together in a convention. I think that's cute. You know what I mean? I wouldn't go to one in Vegas. It might be a little like hot and sweaty. But I really want to go to a furry convention actually. Should I make some Teto drills? Why not? That Miku. Oh yeah. I'm watching those VODs. You were dying. Dude, this, like, it really messed me up. I'm not gonna lie. That Miku. Oh my god. It was just like a perfect storm of just like, I don't enjoy the character anymore. I don't like it. My OCD was at like an all-time high. It was like, I almost like cried on stream. Actually, I'm pretty sure. Okay, first of all, I'm pretty sure I cried multiple times on stream while drawing that Miku. But I almost cried because of that Miku. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Why are y'all surprised Chaos is a furry? She Widowoody has cat ears. That is true. You know? Cat ears. And it's like I was in the Warrior Cats, which speaking of, did you know Walmart has Warrior Cats blind block boxes now? I can't speak. And I did one of them as a little plushie, and I got my favorite cat. I was so excited. I should go do another one. Hell yeah. Shout out to Karen. Those aren't cat ears. Hell yeah. Box ears. You should have done Naru as the McDonald's one. I need to make a new Naru. I really do. Where is she? She's somewhere around here. Karen! Blue Archive. Warrior Cats mentioned. Yeah, I got Scourge. Which was your favorite Warrior Cat? Scourge. Of course it was Scourge. Like, you know what I mean? I should have let you guess. You would have got it. Gambling. Yeah, I was at a low point in my life. It was that one time I had that mad episode. I had like, I think what happened, okay, so real talk, not to scare anybody. I had like this really bad psychotic episode where I was just like, I was almost gonna be like hospitalized. But I think it was because I, for whatever reason, thought it was a good idea to just stop taking my anti-anxiety medicine. And they said you can have a rebound like a week later, where like your depression, anxiety get hit like tenfold. And I think that's what happened. Because I will say I've never had like, not frequently have I had an episode that bad. I probably would have, you know what I mean? Shout out to Mega Man. Of course it was, you know what I mean? Okay, but did you read his little backstory? His little backstory was so cute. He was, okay, his backstory is like hashtag me. Hashtag me, you know what I mean? The social reject that just like, you know, he had to outwit everybody in order to get on top. Like, he's so me-coded. The Blood Clan one, yes. It was become Scourge and Hollyleaf just because she's a big fluffy black cat. I barely remember Hollyleaf, but it sounds familiar. I will say I liked, Brambleclaw. I did like him. He was like a pretty cat too. Megumin, my first ever wife. Really? Megumin? She's a wife favorite, like a waifu favorite. Got the black character from Blue Archive is me in an eggshell. Hell yeah, Reina. Hell yeah. We love to see it, Reina. There's Natsuki, Casual. God, I have so many fucking keychains. That was ridiculous. Can't lie, Scourge is so corny. He's so real. He's so real. The world turned their back against him, so he turned his back against the world. You know what I mean? I was braver than Warrior Cats, but that got overshadowed by Bionicle. I was never a Bionicle fan. I was never big. I got it. The only reason, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. I'm a fake fan. The only reason why I got into Transformers is because I had to do official artwork for them. Merch for them, whatever the hell you want to call it. But I was never into the robot guys. Like, I never liked Gundam and like all the robot characters. I didn't like... What is the not Transformers? It's like something else. But it's very similar. I was never into that either. But once I started watching the old animation of Transformers, it is so funny. Starscream, aka Stella. It's so funny. What about the Owl books? I didn't read those. I know what you're talking about though. Blue Star is so goated. Shout out to her. Shout out to her. I will say, she was like a really well written cat. Natsuki, the women cannot understand the appeal of mecha. I guess not. I guess not. Because I never really... I don't really... You know what I mean? I guess I just don't really care. You know? Shout out to my, Sayori. Sayori Plus. Tasato, that's such a chud thing to say. Chud Tasato. Alright, this specific Monica, I would say per units, is probably my most popular keychain. But she's kind of dwindling as the series is kind of dying out. But for the funniest fucking reason, and I will say I got the biggest complex about this. This was the first charm I ever made and sold. And she just absolutely, like, eviscerated my sales for the longest time. And I was so salty because I'm like, nobody likes my other artwork, they only want this one. And then I was like, wait a minute, I did draw this. So they still like my artwork. And I was like, okay. Chud or honest? Chud Sato. I like Chud Sato. Tasato Chud Gorsen. I was a robot type Power Ranger. Power Rangers, I think that's what I was talking about. That and Common Rider, I think is the other one. Hold on. I think I may have been thinking of Common Rider. This Monica, I don't even know how many units I've sold of her. I don't know, maybe 1,000? Maybe 1,000 plus? If I were to guess, probably 1,000 plus if I were to really think about it. Still looks pretty good, all things considered. Chud Sato Chudosen. You know what I mean? Sentai shows. I'm free from work finally. Hell yeah. Time for distracted driving. Hell no. I'll ban you, boy. I'll ban you. This was my only Overwatch character. And that's because I found Witch Mercy to be a very erotic design. I really liked her. I really liked her. She reminded me, this drawing reminds me of a erotic OnlyFans content creator. I don't know if she did OnlyFans. I'm pretty sure she did. But she did lewd content. Her name was Sabrina. Sabrina something. Let's just remind me of her. You haven't made a diva? I have not. I did not like diva. You know, quirky girl, mecha, quirky. No, not for me. Imagine being employed. Hell yeah. Been years since I've been employed. Shout out to self-employment. Here's my first Sayori. Transformers 2008 was good, even Prime Bot was Legend Tier. I heard that was a really, really good movie. I don't think I ever saw it. Yoshi, bad news. Chaos is forcing me into BL and Yaoi. I know. Whatever brings in the dollars for Tasato. You know? Stella! I wonder if Stella's still in here. I wonder if Stella can, if Tasato can narrate any of your fan fiction for the, one of your little characters. Bad news, are you sure? We can get him to narrate your fan fiction if you ever make any. Okay, wait, show of hands. How many of you in chat are married, employed, or own a house? I love how, like, that is such, like, a... like, such a, like... like, I don't know. There's so many random things, you know? Oh, wait a minute. Did I actually... Okay, I actually opened her twice. I'm gonna keep this one. I'll put it over here. Raise his hand. Yeah, that was so funny. Married, employed, or own a house? That's like such a big gap, to say the least. I own a house. Hell yeah. I told Stella I'd do it for its exposure. Tasato reading my Fortnite Omegaverse fiction. Hell, listen here, when can we get this to happen? Stella, when can we get this to happen? Make it happen. Raise his hand and cries. See, exactly, like, you know what I mean? So you raised your hand. Are you crying because you're married? Are you crying because you own a house in this economy and with the tax rates or whatever, interest rates? Are you crying because you're employed? I'm all three. Employed, married to Kaoza, and I own a cardboard box. You love to see it. I'm employed, but that's it. Hello, Girth Demon. Long time no see. How has your fitness adventures been going? I got injured recently, and it's been a fucking kick in the face, dude. Psychologically, I base a lot of my mental perception of myself on my physical ability. And when as soon as that leaves me, I am mentally distraught. One day I'll overcome it. But I'm on the up and up, and I've been healing a lot better recently. I might be able to exercise today. Shout out to Lapland. I need that serious cool voice for something like that. Exactly. Before he said he would read my new lore video script for me. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Listen here, Stella. If you have any pushbacks for him, he's just like, you know, I don't feel comfortable doing this. I don't want to do it. Listen here. Come to me. I'll get it done. I'll get it done. That'd be so cool. That'd be so cool for your lore video. Crying because I'm married would be crazy. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, that was such a, like, a grab box. Shout out to Unicorn. I thought, at the time, I drew her really fucking well and really cute. There's debris on her eye. But she was not a very big seller. You guys are like midlife crisis old. Yeah, listen here, gluten-free acrylic paint. We're all old heads around here. You know, I've got bills to pay. You know, I'm 29 years old. I'm about to be 30. I'm about to be pushing 30, you know? And I'm still spending my free time role-playing an anime girl on the internet. Talk about Arrested Development. I think that's what it's called. I'm gonna change my profile pic back to purple. Okay, okay. That's good to hear. Gluten-free acrylic paint. The only issue with the Fortnite fanfic is it would need a bit more emotion. Haven't heard any of that from him. So, oh, that was so funny. That hi, Kale. Hi, Kale, what's up? That was so funny. Oh, here we go, Reina. Here we go. The bisexual. Here's the bisexual Reina that you were asking for earlier. Crying because I'm married is so boomer core. You know what I mean? It's giving... No, I'm not gonna be messy. Okay, I'm not gonna be messy. There was someone in my community that I've had, like, a lot of conflict with it in the past. And if I'm not mistaken, maybe Dark Virus, if you're still here, and if you hear them mention it in the like, I'm pretty sure they mentioned on stream they were married, but they were very, very overtly sexually attracted to me, and that grossed me out for the longest fucking time. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But I'm like, I'm not gonna be messy and say who. You know what I mean, Dark Virus? I'm almost positive. Technically, I could be having a false memory. That's also another reason I'm not saying anything. Here's bisexual Reno. I'll buy her too, hell yeah. Fuck my married chud life, you know? Fuck my married incel life. Here's Azuki. I think I drew her very, very cute too. I'll say it's for you. It's giving girl kisser. Girl kisser? Me? Me kissing girls? It's funny. Shout out to Azuki Bean. Azuki Bean. 300 coded? Listen here. You know what I mean? Married and chud. Married, chud, and incel. I'm a newborn baby. More asexual behavior in chat. Thanks, Kaoza. We love the asexuals around here. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We love the asexuals. The closest is glass Kaoza. What the hell does that even mean? What the hell is a glass Kaoza? Shout out to Vampire Miku. This is a really good Miku. I've got a headache. Oh, I was supposed to take medicine. I totally forgot that. I love Me Too. Me Too? Listen here. I love Me Too. Do you? I think I like the way she turned out. Like, I like how I did a little dotted instead of, like, normal coloring. I don't think it can focus that much. No. Hydration check. Yeah. Energy drink. Sudden drop in reading comprehension. Guys, I have a headache. You know what I mean? I love that. Me too. Me too. I also like how, like, sometimes, like, when I give a shit, I'm not gonna lie, I will draw, like, the hair braided like that. I think it looks really pretty. Chat, she loved me. She said she loves me. I'm ace. That means hell yeah. Hell yeah. I have this weird... I don't think I've ever talked about this on stream. It is an actual, like, weird... I don't even know. Do you want to get into this? Let me think. Either way, I'm gonna go pee. BRB. I've returned. And I know you sons of bitches are gonna be like, wash your hands. Look in here. Look in here. You can see the water. There's proof. Go piss, girl. Thank you. Chaos' brain runs on peanut butter. I'm not a big peanut butter fan, but I do like cashew butter. Guys, what are we gonna say to Chaos when she comes back? It has to be funny, though. You know what I mean? But I have this weird... It's definitely some sort of hormonal imbalance. Where literally half the month I hit like the certain part of my cycle, I am absolutely revolted and disgusted by men. I am like, it's not even like a woke feminism thing. It quite literally, like, I won't even like leave my house because the thought of men existing and seeing men, like even at the grocery store, at the post office, it makes me like viscerally sick to my stomach. I will get nauseous, and it's like, I think it's a very extreme case of like a PMDD, where it's just like, it's ridiculous, but it fucking sucks. I don't know what compelled me to say that, but I got off my chest. You're so real for that. And I'm so serious. And it's not even, I'm not even saying this for like the joke. I'm like, I literally get nauseous, like thinking about men existing. And especially if anything sexual, it is the most fucking nauseating thing ever. And it's like, this is disgusting. I don't know what compels it, and it's like, it literally, like, I hate men that much. It's insane. Now, that's a woman, alright. I mean, it could be. I feel bad for your husband, me. You're funny. You're funny. That's rough, though. It's an actual, like, I don't know what it is, and it's like, I've been trying to figure out what it is, because it's gotten worse as I've gotten older. I think what the, like, hypothesis is during my, like, luteal phase, my body, like, literally is, like, rejecting the fact that I am not, like, pregnant. And so the thought of possibly getting pregnant when I can't actually get pregnant, like, in a sexual way, during that period makes me so, like, nauseous, where it's, like, I am averse to men. I don't know what it is, but it's, like, it, like, is a legitimate thing. It is absolutely fucking wild. Like, I don't like the smell of men. I don't like them getting close to me. It, like, happens, like, half the month. Rip. The concept of men breathing near me, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's just the wildest fucking thing. Like, it really sucks because, like, I don't even want to have, like, sometimes, like, with the VA, I have, like, video appointments with, my medical providers, and often they're men. And it just makes me, like, oh my god, like, sick to my stomach. Whatever the hell that is. Here's Strawberry Miku. Pretty a little small because she's 3 inches, but alas, you know, what can you do? What can you do? But I don't know. I didn't really have it this badly as like when I was younger, but it's definitely gotten like insanely worse. And I'm not gonna lie, every time I bring it up to my doctors, they just kind of like they address they're like, oh, that's weird. You know what I mean? I'm like, wow, this is not a safe space. This isn't. I thought this was a safe space. Which, speaking of, guys, do I hate my new psychiatrist? Do I hate him? It really sucks because he's an older man, and the way he's talking to me is very, she's a dumb girl. So it's like, it just sucks because like I can't tell if like he actually knows his stuff or this is like a, oh, a dumb girl is speaking to me right now. She doesn't know anything. You know what I mean? I can't tell. I can't tell if he's an enemy or not. We shall see. Picking up toilet pennies? What the hell does that even mean? That's the same with me, but with everyone, because like half the day I'm like, OMG, I want someone to love me, and the other half I'm like, this is disgusting, never for me. Yeah, it's just, it is the weirdest thing. It's definitely like something hormonal based, because I do notice that the periods it happens fluctuate. It is fucking wild. Whatever the fuck it is. Or is he right? That's what I'm saying. Hello, Mr. 5 Point, how are you doing? That's the thing. Because, like, for example, like, I was talking about... So, the worst part is Lamictal that I was prescribed, that I'm still on the fence whether or not I take, is that it can cause Stevens-Johnson syndrome, which is it is rare. So, it only happens 1% of the time, which 1% is technically a lie. Let's be real. Listen here. We've all played Gotcha, and 1%'s not that bad. 1% of the time, if you take Lamictal, it'll induce this insane skin condition where it's like your skin barrier starts to deteriorate. And so it starts out small as a small rash, but if it starts to get past a rash, it is like super, super hard to like reverse from happening. And even the organs, like your stomach organs and stuff like that, like the lining of your stomach will start to deteriorate. And a lot of people, when they have a very severe case of it, they have to be put in an ICU in the burn unit because like their skin and like their eyelids and their lips and the soft skin first will start to deteriorate at a very significant and dangerous rate. That's Stevens-Johnson syndrome. And so this medication can induce that, and that is the #1 reason why most people don't take it. And so I was telling him about, like, he mentioned it, and it's like the way he mentioned it kind of like irritated me. He was just like, oh, just be careful you don't, if you take it, to stop if you have the rash. And I'm like, oh yeah, that Stevens-Johnson syndrome is the why I don't want to take it. I'm afraid to. And he's like, oh, but it's really rare. It never, ever, ever, ever happens. I've never seen it. I'm like, I've seen people on TikTok literally account for it and say it happens. And then he put in my medical notes later saying that she doesn't want to take medication because of TikTok. And so it's like, he's just very obviously is downplaying my account of why I don't want to take this medication. Because like, oh, just dumb bitch uses the TikTok. You know what I mean? And so it's like, it's such a like, I don't know. Do I hate his guts? Maybe. Maybe. That's nice, sweetie. 1% for good luck, never. 1% for bad luck, guaranteed. You know what I mean? What if we can take... Yeah, and it was just like... And on top of that, like, I also talked to somebody on Reddit specifically who was taking Lamictal, and they made a post saying they started noticing a rash. And when I saw that post, it was 15 days ago. So I was like, I like this Natsuki. I think she's cute. I was like, hey, by the way, did anything ever come of that rash? And they said, yeah, absolutely. I ended up having to go to the hospital and stay in the hospital for, I think 5 or 6 days after the rash developed because it started getting worse. And so it's like, that was like, I was literally talking to someone who went through the Stevens-Johnson syndrome. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not just, and on top of that, he told me it was like 0.001%. It's actually statistically 1%, which is a big difference from 0.001, you know? My oral surgeon was telling me how super rare wisdom tooth can snap back and shoot up into your skull and cause permanent nerve damage and have to be surgically removed. That's kind of insane. That's Kaito. Sounds like my old coding teacher, he always cut me off because I was done speaking and act like I was stupid. Yeah, and on top of that, like, I am someone who, if you are to understand me, I do have to do a lot of talking and stuff like that. And he also put on my notes that, oh, she has an inkling to keep talking. And I'm like, dude, you're giving me, like, life-changing medication. And I disagree with his diagnosis. You know what I mean? Because, and then get this. So originally, I was bipolar 2. There's technically like 4 bipolars, lol. There's bipolar 1, you're a psycho, you're Kanye West, like insane, mania, depression. There's bipolar 2, you're like a mid, you're like a little Kanye, you know, you're like a little bit depressed comparatively. You get still severely depressed. And then insanely, or next to me, like a medium mania. And then there's bipolar 3, which is a nickname for cyclomania or something like that, which just means like you have rapid cycles of a lot of energy, no energy, and a lot of energy, no energy. And then there's the fourth one, which he said he doesn't really agree on bipolar 2. He knows I'm bipolar, but doesn't know what bipolar. So he diagnosed me as quote-unquote bipolar 4, which is bipolar unspecified. So they don't know essentially if I'm bipolar 1 or bipolar 2. And I'm like, you are so sure that I'm bipolar, but you can't even specify me which, that you give me the bipolar unspecified disorder, which I didn't even know, honestly, was an actual diagnosis. Here's Kaido, by the way. Until I was diagnosed. So I'm no longer bipolar 2. I'm bipolar unspecified. You know what I mean? Drama. All this shit's just drama. Kanye light. You know what I mean? I'm like graduation Kanye. That's like when this fucking nurse or whatever, oh, I know you don't like medicine, you see you don't, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. So it's like, it sucks because, like, I will say, France, there goes Doki Bird. I do respect people who have had experience, and he even said, like, here's Negev from, Girls Frontline, that he's been doing this for, like, 40 years, and so it's like, I do respect that in that regard. But, like, to make me feel so spoken down to, and this is, like, another reason why, like, the VA and the military, blah, 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 is such an issue, is because, like, there's, like, only, like, for every woman, there's, like, 1 to 8 people. And then even less when you have VA healthcare. And 9 times out of 10, people who have women who have VA healthcare is because of military sexual trauma, which is MST. So I'm not gonna say we're little delicate flowers, but high key, you know what I mean? And so, like, oh yeah, once again, men affiliated with the military are treating you like trash, and it's just like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Drama. I like the way Negev came out. I like her, like, yandere looking eyes. There's 4 of them now? I know. Bipolar unspecified disorder. I'm like, what the hell is this? It's like a secret. You know, when you get, like, a secret trophy. Like, bipolar unspecified? What the hell is this? And it's actually, I looked it up, it's actually in the DSM-5 and everything. I was like, whatever. Stop, it says gluten. You know what I mean? On a scale of 1 to Kanye, where do you fall? You know what I mean? First of all, I wish you'd just speak to me that way. Like, what Kanye album? I'm Kanye's Yay album. That's where I fall. That's the level of Kanye I'm at. Which, if you guys don't know, it's probably like 4 or 5 years ago, Kanye. You know, shout out to Doki Bird. He also has a secret chase. The secret chase bipolar. I mean, like, literally. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I will say, they do, like, for, you don't usually have bipolar unspecified for a long period of time. They use it as a placeholder. They're like, your bitch ass is 100% bipolar, but we just don't know if you're a 1 or a 2. But the fact, it does kind of scare me that he took away the 2 because he's basically thinking I might be a 1. And I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do if I'm a bipolar 1. I don't think I'm that insane. You know what I mean? I don't think I'm that insane. I don't know. It'd be a eye-opening diagnosis for sure. Shout out to this keychain. That's my profile picture on Discord. Do you have the experience with your VA prescriptions to be a complete bitch to fill, like waiting for hours at the pharmacy to pick up? Yeah, that happens normally. That happens normally. But I get the prescriptions mailed actually. So for example, like they gave me Lamictal, and that actually arrived yesterday in the mail. You were absolutely the Yay album. He was so real in that album. That was the album that made me fall in love with Kanye. Again, it was such a fucking, like, it is a really beautiful album, and it's very obscure, and it really talks about his, like, struggles with bipolar disorder. And that's when I was like, you know what? It gave me, like, a lot, I know it's corny, it gave me a lot of courage to, like, talk about my own, like, struggles with bipolar because of that album. Bro, he called you a 1 out of 10, don't take the disrespect. Oh god. Maybe he thinks I'm a 3. He was stressed. He was like, you are, he used the funniest word. You are unequivocally, incontrovertibly bipolar. And I'm like, damn. I actually started laughing for that one. Because I was like, he literally said it in the most professional way possible. You are bat fucking shit insane. and I'm not prescribing you anything that even remotely relates to stimulants because you will go manic because you're fucking insane. And I'm not gonna lie, I was like, that was pretty fucking funny. You know? Wait, no, the keychain is completely different because there's no bleed. Yeah. I was too lazy, I'm not gonna lie. I was too lazy to reprint that because it's like a fucking nightmare to print it. So I'm like, this is what you get. This is what you get now. He was definitely going through it, for real. Just don't go full gimp suit Kanye. I think that was Kanye from like, what, 3 years ago? That's G11. Hi guys, hi K Panic Arts, how are you doing? Long time no see. I was talking about my most recent bipolar update. Guys, Kayla's got the bipolar update. It's like a Fortnite update. This sucks. This one lost a donut extension. It did. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Maybe I'll try it again down the road. Time to run for president. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, the funniest fucking jokes is when there's like this really, really old person and they're just kind of, you know, they're kind of lost. They're in their own world. And someone's like, get this motherfucker in Congress right now. I'm like, I love those. Hello, remember me? Hello, Jade. Kimetsu no Yaiba. I'm pretty sure I do from like way back, almost like a year ago, if I'm not mistaken. Himari, hello. Here's my Shinobu. I think I drew her really, really cute. Look at that. Just a cutie. A little barefoot. I love whatever's wrong with you moment. You know what I mean? The bipolar DLC. You know? I've been working crazy where I'm so tired. My eyes have been burning for 2 days. Real and true. I've been like, I can't even have time to stream. You know, because I've been working so much. So I feel you, K Panic Arts. We're in our money bag era. You know, our money fruitful bag era. You know? Did you install the new Bipar update? I guess I did. You know what I mean? Like, who is this man? He talks to me for 45 minutes and then, like, diagnoses me with bipolar 4. What the? Get out of here. Men. Men. Sauna. I remember watching one of your lives. I don't remember when, though. I think it was a long time ago. You know, I think I do remember your K and Y name. I did update her artwork a little bit. I added that black border around her body. Monogatari Shinobu, yeah, I have Hitagi, Tsubasa, and Shinobu. So I'm driving, Hoshi. I'll ban you. I don't want improper behavior. No distracted driving. From way back, like almost a year ago. That's like a way back. Okay, so think about it. It's way back considering I started streaming a year ago. So the beginning of my streaming journey is way back. You know what I mean? He screams like scariest thing ever. Then the next second he sounds completely normal. It's really funny. Your English teacher? Sounds exciting. Look at that. She turned out pretty good. Yeah. Oh, I found out when I was making, I actually destroyed this file. I found out when I was like remaking the artwork, I compressed all the layers, including the color and the line art into one layer by mistake. I have that song. Hell yeah. Hello, Alter Canadian. How are you doing? We had to sacrifice one of your brethren, a Canadian, in the Discord server today. I'm not gonna lie, that was so fucking funny. That was so fucking funny. I think it's childish. Like, yeah, boy, you don't even know childish. Anyway, here's Sauna. I'm baking a cake. Hell yeah. What flavor of cake? I used to bake all the time in high school because I would bring cakes that I had fully finished and baked to school, and I'd give slices of cake out to people because it'd make them like me better because I was not really socially accepted in high school. So I used to do it all the time, and it does work. It does work because everyone's suddenly very nice to you because they know you bring cakes often, you know? So it's like, I was just a cake person. I just bring cake to school. It works, you know? We like the self-preservation behavior. Here's my Hitagi. Don't look, Hoshimaru! Yoshi has a self-driving Tesla. Does he really, though? Are you planning on making more VTuber keychains like Silver Veil? Or even a Stella Foes? I made a Stella. I made a Stella standee. I don't know what Stella ever did with it. Stella, you can make keychains out of that design too. Like I said, you can do whatever with the artwork. I don't care. It is technically gonna be outdated here soon, but I did kinda, sorta. Silver Veil, I tried drawing her a long time ago, and I just lost. Sometimes, like, if I'm just not feeling everything about the drawing, I just give up. Like, she's like in my whip section, you know? Why would you risk the safety of you and others shouting YouTube furry girls live stream about pretty cute things? Exactly. Tell them, gluten-free. Tell them. Poor Sana. I know, I don't know how the hell like, I've never done that where it's like I compressed all the layers into one. You know? Peak experience. Not the buying friends with treats. It works. If you guys, it works. You give like what? A couple dollars? Shout out to one of Stella's Oshis. You give a couple dollars to get a baking cake. You get better at baking cakes. People like you because you bring cake. It's a win-win for everyone involved. The Hayu keychain. Oh yeah, that's true. The Hitagi Hayu keychain. He's like, Hitagi's my waifu. Hitagi's my waifu. Kyozo, you're so Hitagi coded. Really makes you think. I gave some of them to my friends. Like I said, you can always reprint them if you want. If you can handle dark chocolate, you're not in group 7. Okay, first of all, I don't know what that group 7 is, but I do know the reference. Like, I know what people were talking about that. But I'm a fat ass at heart. I don't like dark chocolate. It needs to be like milk chocolate. Kiara mentioned. Hell yeah. Shout out to Kiara. I did okay on this artwork. And honestly, I'm just saying VTuber friends have money. They do. They do, for real. I think just because, like, it's more people. This is also a new charm I made. It's, like, based off my standee, because I'm gonna discontinue the standee. I think because, like, conceptually, VTubers are more attractive to, like, adults and people than they are fictional characters. Like, I like Suisei because she's a human. Like I said, for real, she's like a perfect evolution growth of my desire for Miku. Because I like Miku because it's like a character who can do all these different things. But now Suisei is literally like a Miku, but like an actual human who you can like contribute to the improvement of her life technically when you financially support her. I think that's very exciting. You know what I mean? But for Miku, you're only supporting whoever creates the Miku in particular. He's so funny. I wanted to kill him most recently. Like, boy, I'm gonna kill this fucker. Hayu, I'm gonna kill him. Live, love, hololive. Exactly. You hated Stella Guts and then got some macarons. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Just hate people and you win them over. Wait, you made these? I made all of these. Yeah, I'm a professional keychain seller. I've been living off of, like, my little keychain business for, like, 8 years now. I've sold probably, I don't know, 50 to 60,000 keychains over that span of time. So yeah, I made all these. Shout out to Homura. I think I did terrible. Her kimono looks cool. Her face looks terrible. Did you end up applying the bend at Offkai? That closed, didn't it? I was gonna, funny enough, I tried to, and then my browser got messed up, and I was like, I'm not that committed. I just don't, I want to establish myself more as a VTuber before I try something like that. Like for my like rebrand and my new design, I want to get like a bunch of merch and stuff like that and have that model ready, and feel more solid in my design before I put myself out there. And it's like, I know I don't even need to do that. It's just like kind of like mentally, you know what I mean? W keychains, thank you. The Miku Tamagotchi. Exactly. Yes, queen, let's this go now. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I want to make keychains. I have a mini keychain, but she broke off the keychain part thingy. This part right here? Yeah, a lot of times people, like, they attach a keychain to something, and then when they go grab that thing, they pull it from the keychain, and it breaks. I would not be surprised if that broke for you. But, if you have tweezers, you can just, like, tweeze them back together. Kisaki. I think it's Kisaki. Blue Archive. I'm gonna say Miku, but autocorrect. Ah, I see. Yeah, and it's just like, I'm kind of like, obviously, you know, I'm finally, like, I'm fucking mentally whatever. You know, so it's like, I'm trying to calm down. Like, guys, this year is all about the zen. You know, I'm taking it easy. It's an analog year. I bought a new camera. Me, when I make excuses to buy new things. I bought a new camera because I want to get back into my desire for photography, because I used to be before I had a business, I was a big, like, into photography. I have like 30 plus cameras. Maybe I could do a stream showing off those cameras one day. And but when I started my business, I was like, I should only take pictures of my products because it makes me money. And so I essentially monetized my whole photography desire. And it absolutely fucking ruined the hobby I had, which was photography. So I'm like, you know what? I want to get back into photography. I need to learn that, like, I don't have to monetize everything. I need to calm the fuck down, you know what I mean? Do you know how to take it? What the? I'll believe it when I see it. What do you believe when you see it, Desato? What are you believing? Do you even know how easy it is to take? Ultra, what the France are you trying to say? Do you even know how to take it is? Do you even know how easy it is to take it is? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know which word are you correcting to easy? Shout out to Apple Pie. I keep getting pop-up ad for a sexuality test. Every time it pops up, it glitches on my stream. Interesting. I need to do an autism test on live at some point. This is exactly why I hate when my family wants me to monetize my art. Like, bro, why don't they understand it's intrinsic versus extrinsic motivation? Yeah, I will say, it's like, don't get me wrong, like, I'm very, like, privileged. I'm very happy I was able to make a job out of drawing because I have no other fucking skills other than aviation. So it's like, I'm very happy for that, but it does psychologically change the way you do art. I used to do art as, like, an emotional, expressive outlet, and I drew things that inspired me. Now I don't do that. So I've lost that outlet, like that mental clarity outlet, which sucks. Do you even know how to take it easy? I don't. Unironically, I don't, and I lose my fucking brain as a result. And I'm like, why is this dumb bitch skitzing out? You know what I mean? It's literally my fault. I really don't know how to take it easy. So that's why I'm trying to learn how to. You know, low stimulus things, less social media. I'm trying to read more books. I got a new e-reader. And so I've been reading more books and stuff like that rather than spending time on twitter.com. Ain't nothing like seeing stocking skin from pants and socks to show in chat. Hell yeah, Reina. Agreed though, super important to have a nice hobby we can relax with. You don't need to have your entire life be purely productive. Yeah, it's like, obviously you guys see it. Like, for example, like, I'm a video game hater. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm gonna be a video game hater until I die. It is just the one thing. There's my one controversial thing. I'm going to hate video games until I die. You know what I mean? I still think, even if it's not video games, you can do so much more with your life that's more productive, that gives the same effect as video games. Anyway, I'm going off a tangent here. But I really don't know how to just calm down. And I will say the effects, for example, like being stressed is gonna make my bipolar worse. You know what I mean? And so if I'm stressing myself from overworking, I'm literally gonna, like, just destroy myself. Because believe it or not, I do like getting wound up, but I don't like getting angry. I don't like getting angry because it's like, when I get angry, first of all, I'm sweating. I'm sweating non-stop. And so that really sucks. So, like, recently, like, with all the Discord drama, I was getting actually angry and worked up. And so I had to take, like, 3 showers in the last 12 hours. Because I'm just so fucking just worked up over nothing. You know what I mean? And I don't like doing that. So if I'm constantly putting myself in situations where I'm getting stressed, it's self-harm, and I'm a fool. I'm a fool at that point. How could you hate reaching Mahjong? Maybe I want to learn. It looked like a peaceful game. Maybe I'll learn, actually. Shout out to Tsubasa Hanakawa. Skincare is so exhausting. It really is. I do use tretinoin. I just permanently closed my commissions last month because I was going insane. Okay, first of all, I only have, like, consistently, like, quote unquote, like, maybe 2 or 3 clients that I'm like, yes, I'll accept work from you. Other than that, no. No. You know? For backstory hints, see the recent chat before that happened, says Reina. Alright, let me check this out. Ain't nothing like seeing a stocking skin. Reina, I already read that. Unless you're talking about before it. Nah, same thing. When I'm angry, I only see red. You know what I mean? I'm so serious. Like, I just get so, like, you know, like, I just get so worked up. The cat with the glasses is rad. The cat with the glasses. I don't know what cat you're talking about. Emoji, pleading emoji, says Desato. That's Discord, something but LOL you streamed on God. You know what I mean? I only got 6 hours of sleep. It's just like, I don't know, like, I will say a little bit, like... You know what I mean? I don't give off any impression. I like the roleplay shit. I don't like the, like, the bitchy pussy shit. Like, I don't. You know what I mean? I've never given off that impression that I like those types of people. Why do people continuously come to me with that personality? And they're like, why are you not changing for me specifically? I don't know. I don't understand. You know, like, I'm very conscious and self-aware. I'm bipolar and I lose my cool sometimes. So I only want people in my community who can handle me losing my cool sometimes. Is it the healthiest relationship? Probably not. But at the same time, I know plenty of people who can internalize what I'm saying in a healthy manner because they also understand what it's like to have anger problems. And those are the people I want around me. I'm not doing this Discord for free. I'm doing it because, like, I want a like-minded community. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it's just like, if you're gonna come here and try and play role play whatever, this is not the place. This is not the place. Can these pop-ups stop freezing my phone? Says K Panic Arts. What phone do you have? I do wonder. Do any of these keychains have names? Yeah, these are all like characters from like gacha games. And hello, Mies, how are you doing? See you later, Rokai. Is that Shinobu one on the left? Yes, Shinobu Oshino from Bakemonogatari. I don't want to sound like a pussy while saying pussy shit, you know what I mean? It's just, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like, I want people around me where it's like, if you give off the impression that, like, say, for example, your entire desire is video games, you know, you're whether or not that's the truth, you're giving that off by that impression, by literally, like, like, you know what I mean? Like, showcasing all your video games in your, like, bio. If you don't understand that if you do that, you're gonna give off that impression, we're not a fit. You know, we're not compatible. iPhone 11. It's kind of old. It's kind of old. Oh, yeah, that is actually really old. I don't know if I opened her. I know I opened up the Galaxy version. Doing great aside from sub-zero temperatures. That sounds like that sucks. Kayla is up front with what she's about. And that's what kind of like, it also, and it's like, this is like, I'm reacting in an overreacting way, to say the least, where it really does bother me when I speak so openly about what I want, how I handle myself, and how I perceive information, and people disregard that, and they ignore that part of me, and they come to me with something that, like, I have objectively talked about in the past that I'm not for, and they expect me to change for them. I feel very disrespected as a human. You know what I mean? I'm in enemy territory, says gluten-free. You're so funny. Like, for example, like, a big role model of mine is David Goggins. You know, David Goggins is not going to sit here and promote, you know, playing video games, being lazy. He's going to be a very hyperbolic motivator because he knows his goal in life is to motivate people. I like that. I want to be someone like that too. So I'm not going to coddle, you know, behavior where it's just like, you know, self-indulgence. It's to feel good. Because, like, it pollutes my own mind. Like, I believe it or not, I struggle a lot with, like, attention span and getting work done. I know it looks unbelievable, but I really fucking do. So it's like, when I'm surrounded with other people who are like, oh, you should take it easy, you should live life on easy mode, it kind of, like, seduces me to live that lifestyle too. And I don't want that. I have so many goals that I want to reach, and they all require financial backing. In order to get financial backing, I have to work. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I just realized my model's like uncalibrated. Why is it showing me looking that way? Let's see if I can move this a little bit. There we go. Looks like this whack pole she rolled for. I respect you, Tasato. Like you said, it was a video game flex, and you wouldn't flex video games if you weren't passionate. That's what I'm saying. And so, like, let's sit here and pretend that, like, Aiden is great at Tetris. He's fantastic, but we all know it takes practice. You know what I mean? And so to sit here and be like, hey, here's 5 different video games I play. Of course, people are gonna make that assumption. I do read people's bios, and I do make an assumption over you because that's how humans work. I take the information that's being presented. Obviously, it's not a direct one-for-one reflection of who you are as a person, but it does indicate some of your interests. So I do read almost everyone's bios and be like, okay, this is that type of person, you know? Someone joined, not gonna say who, but over and over, they kept changing their bio to include and uninclude another person in their life. And I'm like, this tells me a lot that they have a very rocky relationship with this person. You know what I mean? Is that indicative of everything they are as a human? Absolutely not. But I'm going to make that inference because it is information that I'm going to take into consideration. You have to lock in. I do. I have like insane problems. Like again, like I do have like all of the criteria for like attention span issues. I haven't gotten tested. I might even. I don't know. This guy is adamant that I don't have ADHD though. Or rather, he was like, oh, bipolar people can't be ADHD. The most recent doctor. But it's like, I do struggle with concentration. So it's like, I want people around me who will also motivate me, you know, because money is freedom, you know? This community is a dictatorship. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is not a democracy. How dare these people disobey a direct order from the superior? This is a dictatorship, you know what I mean? Like, for example, like, I like people who like David Goggins because they understand his personality. You know, I want to be surrounded with more people like him. I appreciate how straightforward you are as a fellow creative who struggles to be upfront with things like that. Yeah, and it's like, I think a lot of people think I need to create some environment for every single person, and I don't want to. First of all, I don't have to. Second of all, I don't want to. Like, if you're someone who doesn't like working, I don't, like, you're just, it's just like you're an energy vampire to me, you know, and that's probably a me problem. That's probably a user error, which is me, who gets easily influenced about those around her. But I'm still gonna, like, you know, what is it called? Filter my audience as I see fit. Interesting, I've never looked at Discord bios. I do occasionally, I don't do it all the time, but like, if I see someone where it's like, I'd like to know more information about them, I will look at their bio. You know what I mean? Working with schedules is what needed for an easy distracted mind. Yeah, absolutely. I do have a schedule. I have like a planner that I do every single day. Which is like on my planner, it's like social media, edit this. I have like a list of emails and stuff I have to take care of. You know, I am a very busy person. And it's like, the worst part about it is there are people out there who truly get it, and they are very similar minded to me. Like, they want to self-improve. And so when I see those people, it's like, I want to create an environment for them too. Like, a great example is like Mixed Latte. He recently joined the community. And he noticed it's very self-improvement. And it's like, that's what he's been wanting to do, was like find something as a motivation for him to be like a self-improve. Same for Crispy Clee. Like, he didn't even know like he wanted to self-improve. He joined the community and did a 180 on his life for self-improvement. It's like, those are the people I want to surround myself with. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? The ones that get it. I've said since day one, shout out to Pink Pie, I am a very acquired taste. I am not for everybody. I can usually tell right away, I'm like, this person's not going to be here very long. You know what I mean? Can you guys suggest some hobbies? I'm trying to get my screen time down. Gluten, what are your ultimate goals? What are your ultimate goals? Do you want to live stream one day? Do you want to sell art one day? What are your ultimate goals? You have to start from the foundation. Can I try to turn into somewhat of a therapist for you? Sure, Jade, why not? I've only gone through 6 billion of them. Why not? Why not one more? I hate that that's an unpopular take nowadays. The entire point of a bio is to provide first impression for people to stick very strongly to this is your entire being or this means nothing. Yeah, and so it's just like, if I give off this information and then I'm like, wait a minute, that's not me. It's just like, what's the point of like giving off information? You know what I mean? It's just kind of silly to me. It's silly, but it's like, I also don't have the time to explain this to everybody. So it's like, either you get it or you don't. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same people who it's like, say you judge someone by what they're wearing. I think is totally fucking valid. We are human. We are creatures that are going to judge based on appearance. This is life. If you judge someone based on what they're wearing, and then someone's going to be like someone who, you know, quote unquote, of course doesn't get it. They're like, oh, well, it's just a shirt. Everybody wears shirts. Like, they are intentionally being obtuse of understanding the topic at hand. It's not, you know what I mean? It's either you get it or you don't. You get it or you don't. Shout out to One. I like that David Goggins doesn't romanticize stuff. He's like, this shit's miserable, but we have to do it. Yeah, exactly. And that's just like, again, like, I have had to work so fucking hard in life to get anywhere. And I want to be surrounded by other people who want to work hard. I want to get to higher places in life. I want to be more financially successful. I want to help more people. I want to reach more people. I want to grow as a person. I have to work hard to reach that. You know what I mean? If you don't want to do it, that's fine. That's fine. Bro's not like the other VTubers. You know, I really will say, like, I hate that whole concept because it's so corny. Be like, I'm not like the other women. You know what I mean? But it's just like, I don't know how else to explain it. Like, I'm a very rough person. I'm a very, like, curt, blunt person. You know what I mean? I'm not like a lot of people. I'm a very acquired taste. And I have no, like, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, they've been some really nice people in my community who have literally, like, messaged me and be like, hey, it's just, like, I don't not like you, just, like, I don't like the environment. I'm like, that's totally fine. You know what I mean? I'm a fucking weirdo, you know? Let's start off. Tell me what problems you find a bit of a struggle with. I'll try my best to get advice. What is my biggest struggles? Slowing down. Give me an excuse of why I should slow down and not work myself damn near to death so I can reach my goals. Tell me that. I want to do some creative, like, YouTube story time and animated business owner like what you do. Okay, so that's kind of, like, open. YouTube story time. Have you ever made or published a YouTube reel before? Maybe consider starting with, like, learning how to edit reels and stuff like that. Or whatever the fuck, shorts they're called here. Shorts. You know, start there, because then you can slowly but surely make YouTube videos. Right, it's about the specific shirt. It really is. Like, what did the shirt say? Did it have a bunch of holes? If somebody comes very close to me, especially as a woman, if someone's coming close to me, they're wearing baggy clothes, there's holes in their clothes, and they're getting close to me, and then not only just the shirt is dirty and disgusting, but also the body is dirty and disgusting. We're passing each other on the street. I'm going the opposite direction. I'm crossing the street. You know what I mean? This is self-preservation. Judgment is self-preservation. Obviously, there are times where it's like, you know, damn, I forgot I did her booty cheeks like that. Good God. Jesus Christ. Like, obviously, sometimes, like, yeah, you misread a book, but, like, appearances are important. That's life. Like, if you've ever done a psych eval and you've read the notes after the fact, the number one thing that they start addressing first and foremost is your affect, which is, like, the way you're carrying yourself. Like, do you have a, like, a, I think it's called blunted affect, where it's like you don't show a lot of expression. Are you giddy? Are you depressed? Are you showing pain on your face? What are you wearing? What is my grooming standards? Those are all things that, like, literal psychologists write down on my medical records, because it is a very good picture of who I am as an individual. You know, I'm missing a lot of chat, sorry I'm ranting. There's a big reminder to talk to myself, set into goals I had in mind. Hell yeah. Set a goal and just try so hard. Try so fucking hard to reach it. It's fun. Like, I like people who set goals and try to reach it in life. You know what I mean? I like it. I like being the best I can. I want to get smarter. I want to get more educated. I want to be able to communicate better. You know? I do want to get my anger... I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I do want to get my anger under control. It is something. It is the elephant in the room. I do want to control it. I just... Man... I'm trying everything. And I'm literally about to try fucking psych meds to possibly stop it. I don't know if I opened Madoka already yet. Describe personality. If you're trans, your name would be Frank. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, guys. I'm Frank. That's my he-him. That's my he-him persona now, Frank. But honestly is what's needed sometimes to grow beyond your own perception. Yeah, and that's what I like. Because, like, I've been around people who have coddled me. And it's only made me worse. Like, back when I had, like, again, I was very unhealthily coping with food because I'd gone through, like, a very big depressive episode. And all I saw was a bunch of, like, love yourself at any size and stuff like that. And I loved myself too close to the sun. And I gained a bunch of weight and had, health problems. You know, my knees started hurting. I started getting back pain. I love myself too close to the sun. You know what I mean? I want to be around people who are like, you're fucking coping and eating. That's unhealthy. It's normal for a human to do that, but that's fucking unhealthy, and you're doing self-harm. Because I know how I react when I am in a mental position where I'm not entirely happy with. Yeah, I know. Like, what the hell? Like, good God. Why was her booty cheeks just popping out? It's how you showcase yourself. Exactly. And it's like, if more people understood this, like, this would just, like, life would go so much more smoothly. Like, I'm a woman. I present myself a certain way. Because I know the consequences if I present myself one way over another. Does it suck? Yes, it does suck. Every time I go on walks and it's at night and it's dark, I have to dress like a man. I have to wear a bunch of fucking clothes that show zero silhouette of my body. I have to put my hair up in a cap to where I look like I'm a literal man. Because I know if I look like an attractive woman walking alone at night, I'm gonna get murked. It sucks, but that is life. You know what I mean? Like, it sucks. I would love it. I would love it if I could just go wearing whatever you know, on a walk and not have to worry about it, especially as hot as it gets. Like, guys, I'm wearing like 3 layers of clothing in the summer just so I'm like safe, you know what I mean? Which granted, I'm gonna be getting my CCW soon, so I got that added security. But like that, this is life. Hi, Frank, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The anger one is a hard one. It is. It's just like, oh, I don't, because it's such a psychological thing. It's really hard to overcome. Okay, so by going slower, you give your mind a little bit more processing. Like maybe one day you do half this, next day the half. Much stress can consume you and you don't want to take over. But also, I do know I can push myself to a pretty extreme limit. So if I keep pushing myself, I'll reach my goals quicker than if I don't push myself. And if I push myself in my younger years, where I'm like the healthiest, I have the more of an opportunity to not have to do as much work as I get older. What then, my dear Jade? Try maybe set different days doing different things in the routine, so it's your choice, but maybe try to give yourself a bit of rest, as you don't want. If you don't want my advice, no need to do it. I like your very PC response. I do appreciate it, but the thing is, it's just like the reward of working like myself to the bone is so valuable. It's so valuable that it's hard to give it up. You know what I mean? Sometimes that sink or swim mentality is the only way to truly learn. Yeah, and I've been through so many fucking sink or swims in my entire life. So it's like, it's just it. You know, like I've been through fucking dangerous situations. I've been through fucking quote-unquote trauma. You know what I mean? And so it's just like, whatever. The more you continue letting yourself get worked up and angry, the more you strengthen those neural pathways. That is true. That is real and true. I did hear that as far as like negative thinking and complaining, it strengthens those neural passageways. But at the same time, like guys, okay, like I wish I could show you. I'm like sweating right now. Like just talking, I'm just like drenched. I'm so fucking sweaty. You know what I mean? I just heat up. Why does it happen? Bluntness can at least be helpful. Sometimes sugarcoating and coddling can be very backhanded. It 100% can be. And it's like, it's just like for example, like that Lily person in the community. It's just like, I could tell right away they were hiding how they really felt about me. And as soon as they had the opportunity, suddenly I'm this, suddenly I'm problematic, suddenly I'm childish, suddenly I'm mean. And I'm like, oh, brother. You know what I mean? What are you doing here? Springfield, just pretty good seller. I think you've been doing good with anger in terms of taking away when you're going through it. Sometimes it's, I fall into it sometimes. You know, I fall into it. Dead 46. Nobody asked for me to draw her in Azurlane, but I really liked her, so I drew her, and I think she turned out pretty cute. How many students underground? Good question. Just ought to raise a good point. Letting those things bother you and keep you upset will lead to be upset more often. Exactly. Agreed. I know it is a problem. I know it is my anger is a problem. So that is a very fair and true point. It's just like sometimes, and that's why I will say, like sometimes, like that's why I'm like trying to curate my audience. Like I don't want to be surrounded by people who are just like gonna get me angry. You know, like a new person joins the Discord, they're like, I heard you were talking about me. And I'm like, yeah, your friend talked about you once. Actually, she talked about me multiple times. I'm not here to argue. I'm not gonna argue. The dumbest shit possible. I'm not gonna argue with how many times your friend mentioned you in a Discord that you've never been in before. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna remove you because I don't have time for this. That was fucking funny. Fourth shower time? High key, I'm showering right after this, I'm not gonna lie. Why give it up? I feel like grinding the fuck out of your 20s is a play. Yeah, that's where it's like, I do see that too. That's what but I will say, it's like, the only thing is like the anger is like destroying me. Like, the anger and the exhaustion does like physically destroy me. You know, so that's like the only downside, so I just gotta find a good balance. I think a schedule is a good point, K and Y. True, pushing yourself gives you more opportunity, but put yourself first is important because you don't want to push yourself. Yeah, my dad used to always say, Kaoza, don't kill the golden goose. You know, the golden goose that lays the golden eggs. Because, yeah, if I kill the golden goose, then, I have no golden eggs. And I'm worthless. I'm eggless. I'm eggless. Hey, Kaylin, how are you doing, K-Master K-Bay? Me when I never read anybody's name properly. How are you doing? Shout out to Maury Calliope. As long as you don't start, like, putting out shit right, the only risk, I think, is you start having shit out. I don't know what you mean by shit out. I'm not sure what you mean by shit out. What does that mean? They popped off, and then the Aiden was like, whoa, 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 Chaos is just a girl. I know, that was really funny. I really do hate it, because, like, I was talking to Aiden, and then Lily starts giving her opinion on how I'm treating Aiden, and I'm like, Aiden, am I doing this? And Aiden's like, not really, or somewhat, sometimes, whatever he said. And I'm like, dude, just let an Aiden speak for himself. I know you want to be the little hero, the hero who sticks up for the underdogs, but I will say, most people can handle themselves. They don't need a babysitter. That's okay, you got any quintessential quintuplets? No, I never really got into that series. I mean, you know what I mean? The guy tutors, what is it, like, quintuplets? What is that, six siblings? And they're all in love with him. You know what I mean? Like, okay. Okay. Hi, the Gallant Char, how are you doing? I love this Rin. This box art Rin. Gotta go to bed. See you later, K-Panic Arts. For commission, it's 20 euros for headshot, 30s for bust. Is too much. It depends on how your art style, like your art quality is, Gluten, because you have to look at the market around you. And if people who are better than you are charging you less, then you should probably choose your, like, lower yourself. You know? It's all about market price. The real and true answer. It's not very, like, art friendly. Your art is worth $1 million. It's not very that of you, or me, excuse me. It's whatever your competition. If you want to see art as a business. I'm used to it. You read my name right? Once the first time? Hell yeah. You know, we got one. We got one. I find this funny right now. I'm happy giving you advice because one time you gave me advice on life. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm finally not driving. I bought a bunch of these with the likelihood that I dox myself 100%. I see everyone's address, but Hoshimar, the majority of people, I have their dox information. Like Dark Virus, doxed. Reina doxed. Debunk Rock, doxed. Sato doxed. Alter doxed. Stella doxed. You know what I mean? That just comes with the territory. You know, but I'm a good business owner. I've had, like, again, like, you can even, like, tell on my Etsy, I think I've had, like, 18,000 sales. So that means 18,000 doxes I've had access to. And I've not done anything bad with them. I have to go do my homework. See you later, Reina. Whatever you or anyone is grinding on, just, like, push as hard as you can to the point you're actually getting diminishing returns and protective crap. You got all your effort. Ah, I see, I see. Keep going until it's, like, you have low quality. I see what you're saying. I hate how small she printed, but that's always the case based on her shape. She has all her docs info. Exactly. I'm a good kid. Sorry, I haven't had a chance to go out to the jet at the entrance. Oh, take your time. Take your time. No, no worries whatsoever. Super Pachaco? Super Pachaco right there, Reina. I'm doxed, baby. Come get me. You're so funny. I think you literally doxed yourself multiple times. You're like, actually, my full name is this. And I'm like, oh god, Dark Virus, you're funny. Hi, you grandfather doxed in. Grandfather doxed. I worked with him in the military. This son of a bitch. My shark girl comes with the charms. You know what I mean? No one knows anything about OPSEC around here. Unbelievable. I remember you give a chunk of my backstory from my old school. I kind of vented it helped. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. See, like, this is kind of like a difference between... So, see, this is like my old girl, and here's my new updated one. So you see how much darker and more vivid this one comes out? Just because I added, excuse me, the black border around the artwork. I don't know if you can really see it that well. Yeah, that's a good example. There we go. Both in focus. This one looks way more, like, vibrant versus this one. That's why I meant, like, I upgraded some of the artwork on some of these. Chat, that my family, she's making the town threat to wild. Hell yeah, Reina. LMAO, Ohio. Oh, I'm gonna kill him one day. I saw a few of these I like a lot. I'm sure you know which ones. If I were to guess... Oh, did you see my Suisse one? I don't know if you see my Suisse. It's just somewhere around here. Good god, hold on. Oh no. I have so many. Alright, where are you, Suisse? I'm not gonna lie, I don't like the sound. It makes my back, like... twitch. The sound of the metal touching the acrylic. I don't. Did you see my Suisse one? Please tell me yes. I don't want to look for it. All right. No, not there. He's somewhere. Here's Miku. My grammar's so bad. Suisse bottom right. Bottom right. Nope, that's left. Bottom right. Really? I think I saw it at least once when I was driving. Oh, brother. Alright, on God, she's cute. On God. Take my word for it. Oh my god, I have so fucking many of these. I unfortunately have to go to work. See you later, Jay Master K. But here she is. Casado when he lies. Like, good god. Casado when he lies. Here she is. Oh. Look how cute she is. Look how cute. Just rub my eyes into my back of my skull. It always feels so good. When you just, like, mad rub your eyes, you're like, oh god, this is amazing. You and be 9. Don't forget to show your Tasado some love. I guess. I'm working on Shark Girl right now. What do you get for trusting Tasado? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? He continuously lets me down. You know? Supersonic, super powerful, absolute muskets when they go on sale. Hell yeah. So we say, I love that these are double-sided. Yeah! I will say that's what makes my, art, like, my products, like, stand up above the rest. Because drawing a whole other illustration on the back takes so much fucking time and it's a nightmare. And the absolute worst part is when you draw a character and there's no official back reference. So I have to just make it the fuck up. It's really, really funny. Like, for example, I don't know if I come across her, I'll bring her up. But my Takao, her back looks so fucking bad because, like, I don't even know what to, like, draw mechanical parts. What the hell do I even draw? You know what I mean? She's in her Tasado Tsundere arc right now. No idea around, no dare around here. Tasado, what do you want from me? What do you want? Here's a wanderer. A wanderer. This guy sold pretty well. I was not a fan of the character. He was a nightmare to draw. He literally is what got me to give up on drawing Genshin characters. Holy shit, yeah, I didn't think about that. Why VTubers, you could rely on 3D models, I guess. Yeah. Sometimes they just don't have a back, and I'm like, let me just make this the fuck up. You know? Alright, here's the back of him. But yeah, it is so time consuming, because, like, you literally spend double the time making a keychain on the front and the back. I will say, let me think of an example. Oh yeah, like her, a dream come true to draw, because hair. It's so easy. I love long-haired characters. Oh god. I don't know if you heard that. I like rubbed some tape and it sounded like a brat. Make the backs an endless void. This is a 2021 Snow Miku, I think. I also updated her artwork. All these look so good. Thank you. I try my best. I try to continuously improve them. I've had 3 versions of acrylic that I've used, and this is my absolute favorite so far. Like I was saying earlier, I don't know if you saw, but this is my version 2 ones where it was like a flat acrylic. So it was like flat and really sharp on the sides. And it's like, it kind of like, you can kind of feel it. But now they're rounded and they look pretty. And they're not to be confused with epoxy, which is like a, just something you pour on top, because epoxy will yellow. This will never yellow. So this will look as pretty as it is right now for its entire life. Yeah, it was definitely tape. It definitely was. Oh god. Definitely. Oh, look how pretty she looks. I like her little clock hat. Gotta go. See you later, Jade. I appreciate you being here. Oh god, Chiaki. God, I still have like another entire container. Oh look, Xiao Hua Miku. I'm just gonna do a few more that I like. Xiao Hua Miku. But I think your keychains look delicious. Hell yeah. That's how I can tell if you're like around the ages of 20 and below, is if you say my artwork looks yummy or delicious. That's what all the kids say nowadays. Oh, I am tired. Look at this Xiao Hua Miku. She looks really cool with the rounded edges. Very vintage style. She could do well in like a vintage camera purse. I have that one. You do. And I will say, like I said, like, that Xiao Hua you have, I think is 4 inches printed. This is only 3. But I do like the smaller. I think it's like a nice, solid size. I'm gonna need eye drops here soon. My eyes are dry. I'm rubbing my eyes into the back of my skull now. She's so cute, thank you. What do we got here? Oh, New Jersey, she definitely printed way too small though. She looks cute, but my New Jersey was like a 4-inch charm prior, so she was massive. This looks like a tiny baby. Even though it doesn't look like it in the picture, she is. Oh, Mikus are amazing. Thank you. I have like, I don't know, like 30 of them. I do like the way that blue printed though. Very beautiful. These are so stunning. Guys, they're so pretty. They look like little jewels. They're beautiful. Where is my PE bag? Where is your PE bag? I don't know. Sweet Save can be right there. Hi, Sweet Save. I need to draw her all her other outfits. I want to do her, I think it's her third outfit, the casual one, but I also want to do, the second one, but not the one with the cat ears hoodie, the one with the gray hoodie and the blue and white sailor uniform. Oh god, here's Miku Expo. Whatever. 2024? I think I need to grab my drops. Give me a second. God, my trash can is full of all the trash I've been pulling off. Here are my eye drops. Guys, these are the best. These are the absolute best. They feel amazing. The thing is, when I'm concentrating, I don't blink my eyes like an idiot. Eye drops are great. There we go. Also really like Suise's New Year's outfit. That is true. I wasn't a huge fan of that. It just didn't feel like her to me. But I know exactly which one you're talking about. Now we need a 561 charm. We really do. I'll probably work on her after... I'm working on my new Kaoza model design. I'm working on a charm for that one. After I do that one, I'll do a 561 charm. My cute aircraft daughter needs merch. Back! Welcome back! Welcome back. Yeah, nice and beautiful. Ugh, my lower back's hurting. Oh my god. Here's my yellow one. The yellow. I'm making a mess. How long am I— oh, I've been streaming for 3 hours. Guys, look at me. I started ranting and I just blacked out. And lo and behold, 3 hours passed. What is it? 3:22? Okay, I do have work I have to get doing though. Unfortunately, look at that. Naru. I drew her a long time ago, but I think she turned out pretty well. We love 561. Did you hear about the 100 car plus pileup in Michigan? That's insane. No, I didn't. What part? That's insane. Absolutely. That's so scary, and I'm glad you didn't drive today. Shout out to Twilight Sparkle. 3:22? It's almost midnight for me. Yeah, it's only 3:23 here. I might get worked. I have to submit a few more products for my Miku Expo merch coming up. Or create those products rather. Whatever. And then I might try going on a walk, but my lower back's kind of killing me right now, I'm not gonna lie. I'll take an ibuprofen. West side of the state. That's crazy. 100 pile, like, man, that is absolutely crazy. Where's Twilight Sparkle? Oh, I'm tired. Ranaline double-sided or double-twinned, whatever. I'm tired, Grandpa. I'm tired. Where is this? I was looking for a very specific one. I just grabbed her a second ago. Oh yeah. I thought my Saya would be a good seller. She barely sells. You got it? That's too damn bad. Started with a semi-truck. Oh no. That's not good. It's day 16 of non-stop work. It never stops. It really never does. You know what I mean? Like I meant to stream yesterday. But I was— oh god, I just have so much work. I have so much work. I got pretty. I think I did pretty good on her. What? Acrylic? What the hell, Yante? What does that mean, debunk? What the hell does that mean? I actually came out of nowhere, resurgence. It was like, I think it was because TikTok, they were looking for like the edgy girls. The Dempa girls. And that became a new genre of like the it girl in anime, the Dempas. So that's why she fucking blew up. What Acrylic said. Oh, I see, that's too damn bad. Boy, can't you just... Oh, you're still drama. Monica Plus. Yeah, we were getting some nasty whiteout conditions. They put warning out for like 2 days. That's crazy. Do you fast? If so, how do you do it? I do fast. I will say, like, times when it's like I'm doing a lot of physical exercise is kind of hard. But yeah, like right now I've been fasting again. And I think yesterday I completed a 19-hour and 40-minute fast. I'm fasting now. You just, the goal is to like slowly but surely start it. So like, start with a 14-hour fast, then a 16-hour, then an 18-hour, then a 20-hour if you want to. I usually like, my preference is around the 20-hour range. But make sure you eat all of your calories. You know, you do have to be conscious of like how many calories you need to survive. And eat all of those during the fast. The grinding never ends. It really doesn't. Monica looks nice though. Shout out to my ninja fasting. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I also improved her. I added that darker border around her. That series Heller triggered my friend. What, the one, the insane one, the one who didn't you say your insane friend said my artwork triggered her though? If I'm not mistaken. It seems like the threshold for triggering might be a little low from what I'm used to. You tend to fast within a day. Yeah, I just do daily fasts. So it's like it's like OMAD, 1 meal a day is what I prefer to do. Yeehaw. Oh, this one. Yes, it did, that Saya charm. Is she saying my Saya charm triggered her? Is that what she's saying? That's interesting. It's like that one episode of SpongeBob where he's like, calm down, son, it's just a picture. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? It's like the police episode. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I like this box art. I was hearing crazy things about what mental results you could get from long fasts, but I just felt fairly normal. How long did you fast? I will say, I get into this like zone at like when you're at the like 18th, 19th hour. It does feel like you've taken caffeine or something. It's very interesting. I think the longest fast I've ever done is 26 or 27 hours. So I'm not like a superstar. Oh, why the fuck? I feel like she's kind of big. First generation or one of the first generations of Iron Mouse? This was on day 7. That's fair. Wow. I've always wanted to do like a long, like I want to do like a week fast. I think it'd be kind of cool, like mentally. I feel like right now I feel like mentally I could never. So I'd like to do it. Therefore, I guess I have to go now. It was nice seeing your stream. Like the new keychains. We'll check them out later. Enjoy the rest of the stream. See you later, Renji. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, the fast is very interesting once the morning comes. I know. It's like sometimes like you feel like I feel good and I feel like clean. You know what I mean? I feel clean and productive. I really do like the morning fast. Like my favorite is to like stop eating around like 12. That is my absolute favorite for starting my fasting window. Because like I am a very like early morning person. Mentally you just lock in. But by day 3 you aren't hungry ever. See, that sounds exciting. I will say it's like, you know, because like I've lived a life being hungry for so long, to experience a life where I'm not hungry. That's kind of exciting, you know what I mean? 54 hours, hell yeah. I have that keychain. My Iron Man's one? Awesome, thank you. I updated some of the artwork so she has a darker border around her now. I think it makes her way more vibrant. But thank you, if that's the case. I'll put you in there. But when I got Rust acid reflux and was told that just because your stomach keeps making acid to process food. Yeah, it gets to a point. It gets to a point where it's like diminishing returns, basically. Hu Tao, remember when she was the it girl in Genshin? Yes, love it. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm not gonna lie, there was a lot of Iron Mouse drama in the VTubing community. And because of it, her song Cry For Me started trending on TikTok, and everyone's like, this is the worst thing I've ever heard. This is worse than... Who was the other one? KSI? Well, jokes on them, first of all. I love that KSI song. I'm in the thick of it. Everybody knows. I love that song. It's literally on my phone. But then unfortunately, I hear this crybaby song or whatever, wah 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 song, and I'm like, wow, this is a bop too. This is a bop too. I don't really like the thick of it. Yeah, the thick of it by KSI. It's like 20-something million subs or something, I've been told. It's a great song. But the only thing is like that Iron Mouse song, I don't really like the male part. It sounds just a little too, I don't want to say fetishy, but that's like the first word that comes to mind. But other than that, I was like, damn, this song's like high-key a bop. You like the Wah 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 song? Yeah! Okay, like, it's a great song. It's a great, I don't like the guy part, but I'm like, damn, this is catchy. But also, like, I listen to, like, actual crackhead music, so take that into consideration, you know, check the source. There's this, crackhead, or rather meth head, excuse me, who I've been following for a while. I think he's in jail. His name is, Viper the rapper, and, he makes some good bops. So, do what you will with that information. Now I know you're I'm not even rage baiting you. It's like, he unironically has good music. You want to see me dead because of my hops? It's a great song. It has like 1 million+ views on YouTube too. The funniest thing is because like he was having doing so much like meth and drugs that he was a creative individual, but meth gave him like an infinite amount of stamina, so he just produced non-stop songs for like years straight, and he literally has like 1,700 songs like under his name because he's just so methed up. And some of them are insane, but he has Viper the rapper, yeah. He has a hit classic called "Y'all Cowards Don't Even Smoke Crack." What's up with that? Y'all cowards don't even smoke crack. It's a fucking bob. You gotta look it up. I'm not even kidding. Dude's insane though. He's a real. That's what I'm saying. He's like legitimately insane. So you know, you know. Viper the rapper, hell yeah. Y'all cowards don't even smoke crack. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? You see, gluten free? I'm not rage baiting you. It's a real thing. Yeah. I'm glad you know him actually. I think he's in prison right now. And then he came out with like, he was in prison and then got released and then came out with an album called "In Prison for Crimes I Didn't Commit," and then went back to prison. So rip that guy. You heard he got arrested for locking someone in his basement? I did, and I think it was like, it was not true because like unfortunately like, his house was like the local community's crack house. So like a bunch of people there were just on drugs and like cracked out. And it's like, there was proof that I think she was like his ex. And I think it may have been his ex baby mama. And she was also like unfit for like trial and stuff like that. I don't remember what he's in jail for now, but you know. Did he have someone locked in his garage? Yes, that was the first reason why he got arrested. But I think after a while that got dismissed. It was like, it was quote unquote, he had someone trapped in his garage, and then I think, oh, and then someone like legitimately died in his house. And, but it was just because his house was like the local community's crack house, and so someone like overdosed there. So it was like no one was at fault than the person doing the drugs. But yeah. Alright, I gotta sleep. Good night, everyone. Good night, Gluten Free. Appreciate you being here. Here's Enterprise. She was like the strongest ship in Azure Lane for the longest time. I'm too slow, yeah. Okay, I also love your DDLC keychains. Thank you, Dominic. I appreciate it. Here's a Notsky Plus I'm opening right now. I'm trying to get those enlightened hornets with death levels. Oh my god, are you talking about his little corsets he wears? Guys, Viper again is an actual crackhead. So he believes that like if he wears corsets, they bring him closer to God. And so he will wear them for like 7 days straight, thinking they bring him closer to God. Fuck Nazi. Yeah, he's so fucking funny. Eligible parole. Oh, thank God. Guys, real music is coming in 2031. He's eligible for parole in 2031. Good God. God, the Bowsette. I forgot I even printed her. Insane ball knowledge. Okay, I'm really big into like the locale community and stuff like that. Do you know Cyrax? Do you know Cyrax, Hoshimaru? I'm real big into like those absolute fucking wackos. Real music is coming, stay tuned. You know what I mean, guys? Listen here. 2031. You know, I do wonder. You know, I think going into jail that long is gonna do him some good. Obviously, to reflect on whatever the hell he is that got him back in the jail, which I have no clue. But also, like, maybe he can break away from the drugs for real this time around. You know, because it's a long time to, be drug-free. Holy shit, yeah. Oh, yeah, okay, so now do you know Marty? Do you know Music Biz Marty? And do you also know DC Media Girl? Like, how deep are you? Do you know DSP? Do you know Keynote Casino? How deep are you in this rabbit hole? Cyrax is insane. Shout out to Texas. That's so funny. Eligibility for parole. Oh my god. What's up with that? Y'all cowards don't even smoke crack. It goes hard. It goes hard. Whoa, buddy! I love Kino Casino. They're so funny. I like the little bell, you know, the alert, alert! You know, I love that bell, the cowbell. He pleaded guilty to SA fraud, breaking bond conditions. Crackheads. Shout out to that. Shout out to big titty girl right here. Evidently not that deep, but I'm a little familiar. Okay. I see. I'm like real deep into these communities. I love Kino Casino. Which I saw that they're growing. Good for them. Base Kyoza. They're great. I'm not gonna lie, like they keep me up to date, like the whole iDub situation. They keep me up to date. I'm like, damn. It's gruesome. She's literally obsessed. I really am. I am. Yoko! What the hell is her? What is her last? I almost said Yoko Ono. You know, the Bowsette one is how I accidentally stumbled across your Etsy while back. Hell yeah, thank you. I do at some point. I've got to like look over like obviously like safe rights for copyright, but I'd like to make a Bowsette plushie one day. And that'd be pretty cute. God bless other people watching that content so I can get in smaller bites. Yeah. Yeah, for real. Yoko, not YOLO. What's going on with iDubbbz nowadays? He's just in this humiliation ritual where his OnlyFans wife is just constantly degrading him on his little podcast. And iDubbbz is very big into the whole, like, white apologists nowadays, where that sort of, like, mindset, and it's like, he's taking it to an insane, like, not even rational degree, and so he's just looking like a fool. You know what I mean? There's just so much to it. It's unbelievable. He's trying to, for the longest time, he tried doing that concept comp against Ethan Klein to leech off of Hassan's audience. And it didn't work because Hassan really wanted nothing to do with him, so it just made everything awkward. And now iDubbbz is still trying to pander to the Hassan type of audience, and it's just not sticking. Because iDubbbz, you can tell it's very superficially done, and he's just regurgitating the most extremist views that he hears, but he doesn't even have justification or validation for why he believes in what he believes in. And so it's just really sad to see, because at one point he was such a fact-driven content creator, and now he's not. Hello everyone, hello Cypher, how are you doing? Is she an official Nintendo product? See, the thing is like, she's not. And so I have to, like, see, like, I will say the only thing that's kind of copyrighted about Bowsette is the Peach Crown. I don't know where the fuck I just put her. So it's like, I have to consider a different way to not impede on the rights of, Nintendo's Peach Crown. But Bowsette as a whole has not been copywritten by, Nintendo. Even though the name is kind of, like, similar. I can just literally call her Dragon Lady. You know what I mean? The iDubbbz fall off was real. It was just unbelievable. And like, to me, it's like, don't get me wrong, I'm very pro-woman, pro-feminism and stuff like that. But for his wife to like understand the situation he's in, which is like, he's obviously very, very negative. He has a very, very negative reaction online on the internet nowadays because of his behavior. For her to come on her little, like, podcast and be like, oh yeah, this is why I would never, ever have children with you, because you're too ugly, and I don't want to pass that on to our daughter. And it's just like, why are we parading him around like a humiliation trophy? You know what I mean? It's just, to me, it's like cruel at its point. Recently, he has been commenting about the Iran situation. Oh, I'd love to hear his take on that. Oh, buddy, unironically. Unironically, I would love to hear that. I'll tune into the Keynote casino to see the clips of that, because that's wild. She said that, yeah, and it's just like, she's trying to be funny and quirky, and it's like, funny enough, I have been, again, like, I'm really deep in the locale community, and I have been following, like, Anissa's behavior since before she publicly, like, even came on camera with iDubbbz. And she's always been kind of like a shitty person. You know what I mean? So it's like, this is like, she's always tried to, like, be independent, like, and, like, mooch off of the guys she's with. And it's just real fucking toxic. And she even said recently that she's just been trying to live independently for iDubbbz, but she just keeps, like, shitting on him publicly. So of course they're not going to be independent. They're just going to know you as, hey, you're the person who, like, humiliates iDubbbz on a daily. And I'm not even, like, you know, white knighting for iDubbbz. All parties, low IQ for everybody. You know, but I still do feel bad. The take is basically Iran isn't like that. The Iran that reportedly has, like, what is it, like 13,000 killing of their own civilians? That Iran? Defending women all the time leads to women like her. Yeah, women can be evil. You know what I mean? They can be evil, they can be dumb bitches. You can have a whole lineage of dumb bitches. You know? Treat women equally. Just like there can be dumb men, there can be dumb bitches. Because, oh god. And it's just like for example, Anissa was also, like, trying to dog on, people who are superficial, like, wear expensive clothes and stuff like that. Because you're like, who are you trying to flex on? You know, like, you know, the whole, like, anti-landlord, anti-consumer, whatever the fuck it is, communism. I don't know what the terms are for these types of people. But then people were, like, looking past her history, and she was flexing when she got a Louis Vuitton purse, and it was, like, a fucking $5,000 or $6,000 purse. So it's like, because it's now the right thing to think, oh, flexing money is bad, she agrees with it, but she's done it in the past herself. You know what I mean? It's just like, whatever. But she supports Hassan, which is mad funny. I fucking hate Hassan. I've been saying, like, I have, like, the biggest grudge against Hassan. I fucking cannot stand him. I cannot stand him. The rich guy. Exactly! Don't even get me started. Exactly. Like, Hassan's absolutely insane. And his Orbiter audience, also insane. I also hate Frogan. You know what I mean? Fucking same, you know what I mean? It's the hypocrisy for me. It really is. It's just, that's what you know, that's why, the thing is like, I don't subscribe to the ideology that, like, you need to control other people's behavior and, like, talk about it. Like, oh, you're bad for doing this. You're bad for doing that. I'm not of that ideology. But it's one thing to, like, say it and then not literally practice what you preach. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's where it's like the hypocritical. I have a problem with being a hypocrite in that regard. Shout out to Otago. Amazing he wasn't banned for stuff he's pulled. And that's why, like, literally, it's like this. I'm like, listen here, I'm a tube you. I'm a nobody, okay? It's like literally the reason why I won't stream on Twitch, because it's just like they give him such leniency for the shit. Like, again, like the obvious abuse of his dog, and they're like, oh, he's not banned. You know what I mean? I can't do it. I don't even want to, like, stream on Twitch to support, like, anything. Listen here, I'll save my 6 pennies I would have generated for Twitch. I'll keep that in my pocket, then stream on Twitch. The shot caller. Yeah, it's absolutely. And did you see how recently? He's still doing it. He literally did it. He just put it in a different position. He put it onto, I think, his left. But there's literally, like, he's still doing it. Keeping the dog as a fucking prop. And he has a history of his older dogs being abusive with them as well. You know what I mean? Just, yeah, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm not even a fucking dog person. I don't even like dogs. Possibly controversial take, think all pit bulls should be sterilized. But even still, it's like, why are we why are we allowing this behavior to be showcased on our platform? Keynote Casino! Whoa, buddy! I love Keynote Casino. I love their fixation with DSP. DSP is so funny. 100% agreed on pit bulls. They should be sterilized. I'm not saying kill the dogs, like, you know what I mean? Like, that is rather cruel to just put dogs down. I'm just saying sterilize them so they can't reproduce and they slowly die out. You know, they are aggressive breeds for a reason. Oh, but the nanny dogs, it's how you raise them. They were, like, designed to be, like, man-eating machines. You know what I mean? They're not, just like we can't have tigers. It's how you raise a tiger. It's how you raise it. No. Here's Sop Mod. Collargate 2, Electric Boogaloo, exactly. Meanwhile, an artist gets banned for drawing a thigh. Tasteful nudity, and you're banned. That is a hot take. If you have like a bad experience with them, statistically, those dogs are the most aggressive dogs, and they maul people on a frequent basis, and it literally is absolutely nothing that provokes these dogs to just maul people. How many toddlers have been disfigured? I will say technically, I do know someone who had a dog who mauled their child, and the kid, I think she was like 3, she had like facial disfiguration for it, and personally, I would have like exterminated that dog, but they kept the dog alive, which again, like, I'm like, you know, these people are not for me, you know what I mean? I don't want to be around these type of people. But statistically, they're the most violent fucking breeds. Oh, but chihuahuas are more aggressive. They also can't do as much harm, you know what I mean? It's like saying, like, rationally, like, to its body ratio, ants are the strongest, like, beings we have in this world, because for their body ratio, they're the strongest, but it's so fucking small, we're not gonna have a problem with ants, you know what I mean? Aren't they breeded for fighting? They were created for fighting. They were created to lock onto their target and not let go. It is very hard to detach a pit bull whenever whenever it latches onto you. Oh, my nanny dogs, they're vicious. No, not exterminate them. What is the word? Sterilize. Good night, Cece. I appreciate you being here. The nanny dog thing is literally misinfo too. It's based on a single article or some lady who described how she raised her pit bull to be a nanny dog. Oh, you know what I mean? Stereotypes are created for a reason. Exactly. And pit bulls are vicious creatures. You know what I mean? And they're the reasons why, like, all these little pet centers are so just over flooded because nobody wants an aggressive dog. Like, oh, also another instance. One time, I think I mentioned this. I don't think I mentioned it on stream. Either way, on social media. I was out on a walk and I was 5 or 6 miles from where I live because I was just doing a long walk. And I saw this little elder dog. It was just some little fucking guy. It was ugly as hell, and it stunk. And it was like, you know when the dogs get like real fat and they get real thick, and it's like they're really like stiff? I'm used to cats. But I was like, you know, I can't leave this old dog. Like, he's like running in and out of the street. I'm like, I can't leave him. So I carried him 5 miles home, and good God, it was so exhausting. Because he was just big enough where I couldn't really hold him properly. And I kept him to stop and take breaks. But I'm like, I'm not gonna leave him. So anyway, I take him to the local animal sanctuary here called Animal Foundation. Thankfully, long story short, he was chipped. He was microchipped. So I believe they reunited him with his owner. Here's a vanilla. But there was a lady, a girl, she was a little shorter than me. A little thicker, so she was a little stronger than me. And she was surrendering her gigantic fucking pit bull. Like, this dog literally, like, easily weighed like 130 pounds, I swear to God. This huge dog. And the reason why she was surrendering it is because at night, there were multiple instances that out of nowhere, he just started growling and like trying to like bite at her. And she's like, you know, like, I can't live with this. And she was sad, which I felt bad for her because like she was crying because she didn't want to surrender her dog, but also she knew it was like, it was a dangerous dog. And like that dog is like 1v1, I'm getting my ass beat by this fucking dog. You know what I mean? It was a huge fucking dog. The ants like, you know what I mean though? Like rationally, I think ants are the strongest like animals creature thing based on their body percentage and what they can pick up versus how much they weigh. They're the strongest creatures, but they're fucking ants. Same with pugs. Yeah, that's also another thing. I think pugs should also be sterilized. I think if you like the munchkin cats, you're a freaking cruel individual because like those are bred to be short, disfigured, disabled because of a human cuteness. Same. You know, so it's like, I will say, I have the hatred for pit bulls, but I also do think like pugs should also be sterilized too. Because pugs didn't used to always look like that. They just started like what is it called? Inbreeding? Inbreeding till they got that smushed face. And that's created the look that everyone so desires. The worst thing a dog has ever done to me is lay on my Legos. Shout out to that. I don't, like, I'm just personally, like, if it's, like, 1v1 and I lose to a dog because it's so fucking big, I don't like it. You know what I mean? I definitely do not like fucking pit bulls. But I'm not gonna lie, you guys. It wasn't even inbreeding, it was intentional for that look. That's what I'm saying, but it's like, I think they intentionally inbreeded the dogs to get that look, is what I mean to say. I think I'm gonna have to call it a stream. How long have I been streaming? Almost 4 hours. God, I'm so tired. And I still have work I have to do and work on. Look at my cute space one more time. Look at that. So cute. So, I think I'm gonna call it a day. Thank you guys for being here. I don't know when I'm gonna stream next. Maybe this weekend. I'm kind of getting more clear on the work I have to do, but I also have more work done. I mean, I can't even think straight. Looks like a new iDub segment on the casino time. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, we will be turning in. So see you later. I'll be in the Discord, maybe. I don't know, I got work to do. Either way, see you later, guys. Toodaloo.